Hello and welcome inside the Thunderdome. We're live inside the broadcast booth. Mike Basile, Jake Basile, as we get ready for action here tonight. It's the 436-1 Delaware Thunder against the 24-19-3 Carolina Thunderbirds. Welcome up into the broadcast booth. As we mentioned, Mike Basile, Jake Basile on Family Day, fitting here. Couple brothers in the broadcast booth, not a big deal as we move on to Game 3 of the weekend.
I think we might have forgot to mention we were brothers yesterday. Maybe people were wondering, is it a coincidence? But no, we are fortunately brothers, not unfortunately. I had to think about that one there. But they made the mistake of letting me back in the booth, but I couldn't think of anybody else I'd rather be sharing it with.
Exactly right. As we just snuck back up here for Game 2, so
I put on a suit and I just walked right in. Nothing. I couldn't believe it.
It was pretty crazy. But speaking of sneaking, Delaware's going to try to sneak out a win in Game 3 here. And we talked about last night, 5-3 special teams was the difference.
It was. Thunder, over the last 2 weeks, have let up 5 shorthanded goals. 2 came last night. 1 came on Friday night. They're going to have to limit the mistakes on the power play. Power play is a chance for your team to take the advantage of the game, and they have not done that at all. They ran the risky 5 forwards power play unit. If they're going to do that, they're going to need to understand that one of the guys has to play a little bit conservative. We saw a lot of pinching, a lot of lunging at 50-50 pucks. 2-on-1s with the forwards back are never ideal positions to be in, and they got burned twice last night.
Right, and we look forward to this contest now. What does Delaware kind of have to do to right the ship here?
I look to the top guys. I look to Ryan Marker. He's only had he had the 1 goal on Friday and an assist last night. He's got 10 multi-goal games on the year. He's going to need to take over tonight, and you mentioned him a few minutes ago, Danny Cangelosi. I'm going to look to him to take over a bit tonight. Joe Devaney, saw so much out of him last weekend. Need a guy like him to step up as well. It's going to have to be a fast, speedy Thunder team through the neutral zone to take advantage. They, too much times yesterday, shut down by that big Thunderbirds D.
Right, but we talk about that 5-man power play unit. It could be very dangerous. Devaney, Brulette, Marker, just a few names on that top unit. You totally understand what they're doing there.
Absolutely. I mean, if you're in a position like the Thunder, haven't won a ton of games this year, special teams has been on and off, you're going to want to throw all you can at the opponent, so I understand, but you need to understand as well that it's not going to be a defense-first power play with all 5 of those guys out there. You don't need to understand those 50-50 pucks might not always go your way. And then you're looking at poor Trevor Babbitt facing 49 shots last night.
Right, and moving forward tonight, players to watch, I should say today, for the afternoon, the matinee matchup. We'll start with you with the Thunder.
Ooh, I'm going to go with Ryan Marker. I mentioned his name a few moments ago. Like I said, 10 multi-goal games on the season. They have his name decorated in pucks at the front desk, so why not? Popped right into my head. Ryan Marker, the leading scorer for this Thunder team. That's my guy to watch.
I'm going to go with Dan Cangelosi, his center. I think he's going to crash the net a good bit tonight and pot a couple goals. Dan Cangelosi, mine. I'll start with the other end. I look to number 9. He was so good yesterday, campaign. This guy, we talked about it. We said his name so many times. He's good in his own zone. He's good in the O zone, and he shuts things down in the neutral zone.
100% agree with you. He's a guy that could kind of get lost in the names of the defense on the Carolina Thunderbirds. You got Pastuca and Jared Meyer. Those guys, your eyes can't help go to them, but how many times did we see Campaign jumping up in the rush, pinching down on those walls, creating opportunities, creating offense for the Thunderbirds? My guy, who's quietly put up 5 points in the last 2 games, Tommy Cardinal, goal and 4 assists, 3 assists Friday night. Potted a goal and assist yesterday, his first goal of the weekend. Tommy Cardinals, we've seen him plugged in all over that Thunderbirds lineup alongside Martin Schnapp, alongside even Butita and Ford. So if they combine those 3 today, might be a dangerous afternoon for that top line again.
Right, and this Thunder team tonight, obviously you look to Stevens as well, Devaney, a couple names that you want to see get going here, and you know they can. It's not a matter of when, it's a matter if.
That's 100% right. I love the way Stevens played in the first game. He created that Cangelosi goal. Joe Devaney had 7 points last weekend. He's had another 2 this weekend, so look for him to find at the back of the net tonight. They're going to need depth scoring. It's not going to only have to be that Marker-Cangelosi duo. Going to have to get it from top down.
The Thunder and the Thunderbirds live at the Thunderdome coming up in a few. Hello and welcome back inside the Thunderdome. Mike Basile, Jake Basile on the call this afternoon. It's a matinee affair between the Thunder and the Thunderbirds. Thanks so much for joining us. We hope you had fun this weekend thus far. We got one more to go. 60 minutes of action coming your way. We appreciate all the support all weekend. See a lot of familiar names tuning in. We do appreciate that, as we've had a lot of fun on the broadcast. We hope you've enjoyed listening to the broadcast. It's the brother tandem here on Family Day at the Thunderdome.
Yes, it is. Couldn't be more excited to share Family Day with a member of my own family as we enjoy with the Delaware Thunder family take on the Carolina Thunderbirds.
It is the Thunder and the Thunderbirds, and the
That's
Thunder
kind of family, right? They're sharing a name. It's part of it.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. They didn't look like too loving of a family last night, and I don't even know how it's going to be today because yesterday was chippy.
It was. I mean, there were quite a few scrums. In the first period alone, we saw Trevor Babin at the wrong end of some collisions. Basie was getting into it. Morrissey was getting into it. Schnapp, Martin, all the usual suspects. Jarrett Meyer getting into it with Alex Basie. Saw a bunch of that. Would be shocked not to see as much rough stuff today.
Yeah, we definitely could see some rough stuff. We're going to send it down to the national anthem now at the Thunderdome. A beautiful rendition of our national anthem this afternoon at the Thunderdome. And Jake, we talk about it. Greg Harney to our right, wearing number 39 in black. To the left, third time might be a charm. Maybe looking to go 3 for 3 today, number 31, Chris Paulin.
He was excellent last night. We were talking about his style of play, the way he attacks the puck, the way he's so positionally sound. And he had 34 saves last night. It was the most he's ever had to make against the Delaware Thunder. And Greg Harney just last week had a 33 save affair in his first win as a member of the Delaware Thunder against the Port Huron Prowlers. So the last game for Harney was a win, and he's hoping to double it up today.
That is what he's hoping for. The starting lineup for the Delaware Thunder: Nikita Andrusenko, Ryan Marker, Shane Morrissey, Alex Basie, and Charlie Bedard. It's Tommy Cardinal, Dawson Baker, Jacob Schnapp, Marvin Powell, and Jacob Meyer. We've been working on that a bit.
I mean, speak for yourself here.
And my apologies to Jacob.
We gave him a lot of compliments last night. I think he might be okay with it.
He played a phenomenal game, and I know he's looking for one more here. Morrissey left wing side, right to the attack, fires a shot. Oh, in and off the pads of Paulin and nearly in the net. Basie towards the net, and Paulin says no issues here. He's going to cover and get a whistle.
Well, that'll wake you up for an afternoon matinee. That one caromed off the boards, back between the legs of Chris Paulin, ever aware, was able to settle it down before any trouble came of it, but on our toes early here.
Face off to the right of Paulin. Andrusenko kicked out of the dot just 12 seconds into this game. Delaware's registered the first shot on goal.
Andrusenko taking that spot from Dan Cangelosi after that sensational individual effort goal from Andrusenko.
Bedard through traffic. Bodies hit the floor as the glove save is made by Paulin.
They do reunite that M&M chemistry that you were talking about yesterday between Morrissey and Marker. Nikita Andrusenko on a 5-game point streak, 6 points in his last 5. Why not see how he can roll with Ryan Magic Marker?
Yeah, we'll see what they can do as they have 2 shots already in this contest, albeit nothing dangerous. Up the near side, Basie knocks it down. Andrusenko towards the net, and it's up and out of play. 19:33 to go in the first, and you know, you talk about the third game being a bit choppy, but this is 3 whistles in less than 30 seconds, and there's Alex Susi, Jake.
Oh, there's Alex Susi taking his first shift of the weekend. Slotting in on defense tonight, not his usual position. He's been a very solid point producer for the Thunder, and we'll see how he does tonight. First game back in a position he's not used to.
Well, he's a leader on and off the ice, Alex Susi, and look at him now. He's jumping back on D without J.C. Moritz. Dan Cangelosi goes to the net. Backhand just goes wide. Cangelosi. Stevens tipped away by Paulin. Behind the net, it's Devaney. Chipped up the far wall, Joe Devaney. Rims it around, back to Cangelosi. All Delaware in the early goings of this one. Here's Kyle Kazeroid. He pushes it forward. Daniel Martin gave it away to Susi. And Alex Susi, first touch of the puck of the weekend, Jake.
Looking very calm out there, very poised as he was under pressure, turned around and got it right to Tristan McKay.
Not afraid to throw the body as he knocks big Jarrett Meyer off the puck. Talk about him being in the Red Wings developmental camp. Susi fans on that pass, though. Out to the front of the net come the Thunderbirds. Now they go back behind, and they work it to the captain, John Butita. Players who see the ice well, chalk that up. John Butita, dangerous play by Susi there as he blocked it with the inside of his skate, came in on Harney. And now the puck ends up back behind the net. Tristan McKay works it over to Joe Devaney. Devaney's got a streaking Kyle Stevens, can't find him though because John Butita's in the way. Butina left wing side, Butita gains entry. Great play by Ford, tried to jam it through the pads of Harney, no success. And here come the Thunder the other way.
Tough change by the Thunder, allowed Ford to walk in unattested.
Ref goes down. Lucchese gets it to Basie. It bounces over his twig, but Devaney's going to have some time in the corner here. Devaney, Laporte through traffic, blocked on the way through. Came back to Ford. Great play by Laporte. Fires a bouncer, and it finally gets to Paul, and then we get a whistle.
Nearly trouble, but a excellent second and third effort by Justin Laporte. First shot was blocked. Second shot was nearly taken away, but he pushed it between the skates of both Thunderbirds rushers, able to get that one towards Paulin. And now we'll have an offensive zone draw. So good work by Justin Laporte not to get discouraged after his first shot was blocked and stay hungry on that puck.
Jarrett Meyer was in the locker room for just a second, probably an equipment malfunction as he's right back out on the bench. Face-off will be to the right of Paulin. Talked about him in the open a little bit, Jake, how good he's been. And he's a big reason this team is 2-0 on the weekend.
I think Meyer's shin pads would go across my entire arm. What do you think?
I'd say so, as the faceoffs went to Powell. Powell's also had a good little weekend on his name as Cardinal throws one off the glove of Harney and just wide of the net. Laporte, pass right back to himself as we talk about the board battles with Jacob Schnapp. And there's him winning another one and getting it free to Cardinal. This puck's just sitting right on the blue line, isn't it? That's still onside. That's a good call by the linesman. On his backhand is Schnapp. Works it over one more. Harney says no with the glove as they tried to go back the other way.
Unbeatable is a good word for Jacob Schnapp. The way he works the corners, one-on-one battles, he could take on anybody. He digs in, gets low body position, makes him so hard to knock off. You saw he was the one that bullied the puck back into Thunder territory there, creating that chance.
Face-off will be to the right of Harney. Susi goes behind the net. Bedard's going to skate into this one on the near corner. Bedard tried to play it forward. He gave it away. Powell's going to retreat all the way back out to center where he could find the puck. Coming up the near side, now the Thunderbirds chip it only as far as Bedard as we have a ping-pong game at center ice. Marker moves it to Morrissey. 3-on-2 to the attack. Andrusenko backdoor. Marker tries to jam it home, and he shot it wide. Andrusenko to the net. Saved by Paulin. Pops free, and Carolina's got some time to skate to center.
First line looking good for the Thunder. Lots of speed, lots of skating. Like to see it from Andrusenko, Marker, and Morrissey.
Look at this.
Uh-oh.
Susi spins around Schnapp. He wasn't happy with how close he got to Harney, and that's a little bit what they missed. Look at Susi.
Susi is incensed. Schnapp skates away, not looking to engage. Susi had a glove down. Not sure if that was a result of him voluntarily trucking it down or chucking Jacob Schnapp, but either way, Susie not a fan of the proximity between Schnapp and Harney.
Face off to the left of Harney. Things got a little chippy early in this one. This one's Dabari. Jake, I like the way Chase Dabari played last night. I know he didn't get a ton of shifts. His Kazaroid is absolutely finished by Tristan McKay.
Well, Dabari played with tons of speed yesterday, and you saw by the end of the game he was getting a couple of reps with that top line. Wouldn't have happened if Coach Garrett Rutledge was not very happy with the way Dabari performed in his first game. A young guy, a smaller size guy, but didn't play like it yesterday.
There's Jarrett Meyer with the puck. Nikita Andrusenko says, give me that. Tried to give it out to Basie. Instead, McLean's out the other way. He takes a hack on the hands, and it rolls in on Harney, who gets sprayed by McLean.
Good stick by Basie there, though, to deny any chance for McLean. Smacked that puck right away, out of reach for Torrey McLean. And might have given a snow shower to Greg Harney, but I think he'll take that over a shot, a clean look from Torrey McLean.
Yeah, faceoff's going to be the right of Harney. As the Thunder and the Thunderbirds meet on Family Day here. Great promotion before the game as an adult buys a ticket, the children under 12 getting free. It's a fun day here, I should say, at the Thunderdome, as this game is only in period one, and it's been chippy. Conway has that one go under his stick, but Petita was waiting on the far side. Oh, Gus Ford was nearly in that dangerous area where we've seen him score a couple this weekend. Worked forward, pass behind Cangelosi, and Jarrett Meyer over skates. Stevens looking up for Cangelosi as he just chips it in deep. Behind the net, it's Compain. Compain picks it up, goes up the far side, Butita. Butita back to Meyer, and out through center. A bouncing puck's going to go all the way down for an icing.
Ford saying he had a shot there, but the no-touch icing rule dictates there. Good outlet passes by Mark Compain. We talked about him in the open. Your player to watch, Mike, and he was crisp on those breakout passes, cool under pressure in his own zone. Really good with the puck on his stick, very confident. Adds a nice puck-moving element to the Thunderbirds' blue line.
Face-off will be to the left of Chris Paulin. As we said, Jake Paulin, not much size, but he's always square to that puck as John Butita is coming right down Main Street. Now he works to the outside. Drop past Conway. Susie still thinks Butita has it, and Conway rung it off iron. Out the other way, Lucchese. Lucchese down Main Street with Laporte. Roulette back door. Pass couldn't find him. It was blocked on the way through. Butita takes a couple hacks and whacks on the way out of the zone, and Bedard finds the puck, and he goes to Susie.
Good effort through the neutral zone by Laporte and Lucchese to double-team Butita before he was able to get anywhere near that offensive blue line.
Back and forth we go as Conway lost it. Kerbenikov worked it up. Far side. Here's Schnapp. Schnapp has it poked away by Susie. That's a good defensive play. I bet you we see those two battle quite a bit tonight.
Beautiful stick by Susie. Looked like a true defender there.
And you hear Susie screaming out, out, out as Cardinal picks it up right at the blue line. Cardinal takes a bump from Susie. He goes down to the ice. Cardinal looking around for a call. Nothing coming.
Very impressed with the active stick of Alex Susie early on here. This is a different position for him. He has stepped up on the puck a few times. Super nice sweeping motion from the stick there. Great active reads by Susie.
Carolina's got to be careful because here comes Shane Morrissey to the attack. Morrissey tried to drop pass, nobody home. Basie unable to keep it in at the blue line. Tommy Cardinal trying to push it forward. He does to Dawson Baker. 2-on-1, Thunderbirds to the attack. Baker fires, shot it high. Wild might have got a piece, and we have a media timeout. 14:33, period one. We'll take a break. Mike Basile, Jake Basile on Family Day in the Delaware Thunder booth. Sunday afternoon hockey doesn't get much better than this on a cold day in Harrington. As we had snow yesterday, sunny and 70 Friday. You tell me how that makes sense. Icing is the answer.
Can't tell you how it makes sense, but I can tell you which I prefer, and it's not walking in 30-mile-an-hour winds in the snow.
Yesterday was just a huge surprise. As I walked out in the morning, it's raining, it turns into snow at night. And now we're in a bit of a
in-between here.
In-between today, yeah, where it got a little nicer out.
I'll take this over the snow any day. I can't wait for spring. I hope the groundhog saw his shadow. Is that?
Yeah,
okay.
That's what we want. We sprung ahead last night as well as Nikita Andrusenko looks to spring to the neutral zone, and he does. Takes a big bump, though, but he got the puck moving forward. Conway found it on his stick. This is Yuri Pastuka. He's always dangerous. Conway as well, as he gets bumped by Noah Wild and brought down to the ice. No arms up as Conway was looking around here. Gus Ford's got it. Ford goes behind the net. There's Butita. Butita waits, looks for space, working on Nikita Andrusenko.
Good cycle here, and look at exactly where Gus Ford is hanging. High slot, that's his spot.
That is Gus Ford. Now it's Conway with it. Back to Ford. Ford lost it. Basie played it off the backup marker. The Thunder would have been out 2-on-0. Delayed offside. Plenty of time for the Delaware Thunder to touch up and get out of their D zone here. As here comes Nikita Andrusenko as if he was shot out of a cannon right through everybody. Oh, they tried to work it free to Marker, but the pass hit Morrissey. Morrissey back out to the front was looking at Andrusenko, but nobody home.
Look
Campaign.
at how this top line is able to generate off the rush. Speaking of it, let's see here.
Marker to the attack, left wing side. Marker fakes a shot, got his man down in front. Oh, it wouldn't go. Jarrett Meyer with a great defensive play. Cangelosi towards the net. Paulin knocked it aside. It was going wide. Morrissey spins it out to the front by Bedard and back out to center with 13 to go.
That was sitting there in the crease waiting to be tapped in. The long reach of Jarrett Meyer says no. Great work by Ryan Marker and that Thunder top line.
Kyle Stevens with a great move, but Delaware's a step offside. It's Devaney just in front of the play with 12:51 to go.
Well, we saw Stevens and Devaney together yesterday. Good combination of hands and speed. And now Dan Cangelosi brings a more grit-based element to that line. Now we'll see how he does crashing the net, working the corners, creating some space for his speedy and skilled line mates.
Well, I think that's what the coaching staff was up to in Delaware. Cangelosi is going to drive the net. He's going to throw the body. Devaney's going to create, and Stevens will as well. So if they can get pucks going to the net, they know number 5 is going to be in front. Here's Devaney.
Seems like they found what they've wanted with that top line thus far in this game of Marker, Morrissey, and Andrusenko as well.
Alex Basie picks up the puck. He goes to Joe Devaney. Devaney waits. He breaks out of his own D zone. Bouncing puck, Grebenikov finds it. He flings it just wide of Greg Harney, and Tristan McKay picks it up at the near boards. He gave it away to Dawson Baker. Baker on his backhand, always dangerous, spinning to the forehand. Bodies were all in front of Greg Harney. Not sure if he ever saw the shot, but it never got to the net anyway.
Basie's got to be shouting there behind the net. He was ready for a pass. McKay didn't know what options he had. Threw it up the wall. Only Thunderbirds waiting for it.
Cangelosi has this one bounce over his head with 12:05 to go in period number 1 at the Thunderdome on Family Day. This one off the stick of Schnapp and by everybody. And now we're in a groove with number 6. Here's Brandon Lucchese.
Got it down perfect now. No hitches there.
Wait till period 2. Justin Laporte looking for a 1 as his shot's blocked on the way through. And here comes Schnapp. He's far side. He's going to gain entry to Thunder Ice. He got Dabari with him. Just feathers a dangerous one to the net, and it goes by Harney and in. He surprised everybody, and it's 1-0 Thunderbirds.
I'm not sure if that one was deflected along the way, perhaps by Noah Wild, perhaps by even Dabari. But that one flutters right by the glove of Greg Harney, one he will definitely want back, as the Thunder have done a great job coming out aggressive in this game, and that's a tough one, taking the wind out of their sails. It'll be Jacob Schnapp, his second goal of the weekend. He has been excellent. We've talked about him all weekend long, and here we'll see Dabari getting a shot with the top 2 players for the Thunderbirds in Butita and Ford.
Yeah, it's tough to tell, but it might have hit a stick on the way through, but either way, Harney's going to want that one back for sure. Butita picks up the puck, and Brulette picks his pocket from behind. Marc-Antoine Brulette tied up into the boards. John Butita finds it. Goes over to Jarrett Meyer. Meyer down Main Street was looking for Gus Ford. Nobody home. Brulette picks it up. Butita's stick. Yard sale on the ice. That one hit the linesman on the way into the zone. Campaign over to Meyer. Meyer giveaway. Marc-Antoine Brulette. One too many moves. Bounces back to Lucchese. And with that shot from Brulette, you'd love to see a shot there.
Yeah, just a position that you're going to have to take advantage of these Thunderbirds giveaways. The rare mistakes that they make, you can't afford to let them go to waste. Look at the speed of Dabari here.
Yeah, McKay was looking the other way. Dabari's in free. Gus Ford is wide open in front. Delaware's going to go shorthanded here. I believe it's going to be Lucchese on a slash. Might have been McKay as well. Butita out to the front. Gus Ford. Big save by Harney on the red-hot Gus Ford.
Well, you brought up Chase Dabari in the open or right before this game began, asked how I thought he did. I told you he played with a lot of speed, and look at him flying down on Tristan McKay, causing all kinds of problems for the Thunder. And they're going to get McKay, it looks like, as he was the one who got a piece of Dabari as he was driving behind the net, I believe.
I'm telling you, I think it was Lucchese, as McKay's as surprised as I am. I think Lucchese was the one who gave him the slash. And McKay was just standing there because McKay is saying, what's going on here?
McKay found a comfortable spot on the bench. He was happy. And now we find him in the box, and we find the Thunder shorthanded.
Face-off will be to the left of Harney. It's one right to Jarrett Meyer. This is a huge kill for Delaware. I know it's early, but you don't want to go down 2-0 at home. Dawson Baker over to Ford. I think Delaware broke a stick here. They did. Noah Wild broke his stick. Gus Ford walks in looking for some help. So now it's a 5-on-3.5, Jake. As Noah Wild is stickless, and one of the forwards should really give Wild his stick here, but it's two lefties with a righty on defense.
Tough situation for the Thunder here as they're just going to shoot that one.
That one's tipped wide. Butita behind the net with the puck. Delaware needs a clear in the worst way. Looking for a Carolina mistake, honestly, as they only got 3 players with sticks. Ford through traffic. That'll work. A glove save by Greg Harney and a media timeout. 1:20 to the power play, 9:34 to Back here on the Delaware Thunder YouTube channel, Mike Basile, Jake Basile on the call today. And Jake, you were talking about during that break, Noah Wild, how good he's been on the back end.
Well, Noah Wild wasn't playing with a stick there, and he was still able to block Tommy Cardinal out of the eyes for Greg Harney, which is why he was able to make that save. I had my eye on Wild the entire shift, seeing how he would play without a stick, and he was just bullying, getting Tommy Cardinal as far away from from Greg Harney as possible.
Good play by Lucchese. Basie's got some time to clear, and he does. He works it to Lucchese. Got nobody with him, though. Tried to chip it into Thunderbird ice, but Marvin Powell was having none of it. Half the power play has come and gone, and Jake, up here, it's such a good, cool view, but also you get to hear the players. You hear Susie saying, I got him, go here, go there, and that's why you know he's a real leader on this team. He got the 2 A's on defense on this penalty kill, but Laporte and Lucchese are in the same spot. Susie behind the net. He's got time to clear. Can't get it past the blue line. Powell with a good keep. Now he's got all day to clear, and he lets Laporte do the job.
Yeah, Susie came into this lineup, and within just a few games, he was rewarded with that A. He plays such a physical game. He takes a beating in front of the net when he plays forward, takes all kind of slashes and hacks, and they love the sacrifice he brings to the Thunder.
Right wing side, Declan Conway goes for the tour of Harrington. As he works it out all the way to the point, Marvin Powell, he waits the bouncing puck through it, cross ice, nobody home in a white jersey, and that one goes back out to center. That's big for this Thunder penalty kill. 10 seconds to go to the PK. Stevens with a good defensive play. This puck's all over the place. Martin finally says, all right, enough, and works it out to center. Left wing side, Dabari to the attack, cross ice, McLean in his skates, works it out to the point, at least tried to. It bounced right to Daniel Martin. Power play has expired. Martin drop pass. Everybody in the building knew where it was going. Yuri Pastuka skates into it. Joe Devaney out. Look at Cangelosi flying near side. Joe Devaney couldn't get it there, but whoops, he inside outs one man, then he's taken down by Dabari. And they say play on. Dabari left wing side. Daniel Martin going to the net. Got it to him, but off his stick, and comes to McLean near side. Torrey McLean through traffic off the stick of Greg Harney and all the way down. We'll see if this has the juice for an icing. It does.
Caught an edge there. We thought it might slow down if it laid flat, but that thing turned and went with speed into the boards. Great job on the kill by the Thunder. Able to really limit any high danger chances for the Thunderbirds. Really impressed with the work of Alex Susi, a guy not used to playing defense, but he takes his first shift on a PK as a defenseman in stride and did an excellent job. Had a few good blocks and a good almost clear. He would have gotten that one if he wasn't a gentleman and let Justin Laporte get the reins.
Of course. Alex Soucy being a leader for this team. As we look on the Thunder bench, Ryan Marker's always up. He's always ready to get on the ice, Ryan Marker, and that's what you love about him. Declan Conway behind the net as the Thunderbirds have kind of taken a bit of this game over since the goal, and you want to go back and see, but that's a good save through traffic by Harney, who since the goal has been solid.
And that's George Holt taking that shot. We didn't see him play yesterday, but he slots into the lineup today in the place of Cody Oakes. He's a veteran defender. We'll look to see what he does, add some stability to that blue line. Not a big point producer, but has that hard shot, as we just saw right there, that Harney was alert for.
Faceoff's going to be to the left of Harney, who, like we said, would probably want the goal back, but there was something weird about that puck just floating in, and as a goaltender, I know you've seen those go in on you, and it looks bad on camera, but it's not easy when it's dipping and diving.
It did sink. The puck was most definitely on an edge, definitely not a flat shot that's easily trackable. Somehow, some way, that thing dipped. Not sure what it caromed off of.
Good play by Noah Wild to work it free. Gus Ford finds it now. Carolina in this top line, so dangerous, the circulation of the puck through the zone. Wild throws the body behind the net. He's definitely not afraid to do that as Batista goes out to the point. This is Compain. Look at the change of pace by Compain as he works it down low to Gus Ford. Ford, great move to free himself up. His shot's blocked on the way through, though. Carolina buzzing now. Ford shot blocked by Nikita Andrusenko, doing it in both ends. Ryan Marker's going to try and spring himself, and he does. Ryan Marker, right-hand side, tries to throw it through the legs of Paul and just missed the net. McKay through traffic, blocked on the way by. Gus Ford's going to look for Butita, off his stick and out of play. 6:40 to go in period one.
Just 21 years old is Nikita Andrusenko, but he is playing with the confidence, the poise, the awareness of a seasoned veteran. Great back check and block there. Beautiful defensive coverage. Comes right back the other way. Ryan Marker leading the charge that direction. But good work by Nikita Andrusenko. Very impressed with him as of late. And I wonder if we'll see any specifically intended matchups. We just saw Wild and Soucy taking on the top line of the Thunderbirds. We saw Basie and Moritz doing that job yesterday. And obviously, Moritz not here today. So we'll see what kind of adjustments the Thunder make in terms of tackling that top line.
Right, and off the tip, we're going to do it right where the puck went out of play.
Some decisions to be made here.
And they're going to do center ice. They say, hey, that seems to be
the closest dot.
The closest dot and the most fair one.
There you go.
As Butita was the one who tipped it out of play. Face-off comes to Bedard. Bedard's going to chip it in on goal. Palin kicks it away, and he covers and gets a whistle.
Now I'm just aware any floating, bouncing puck, got to keep our eye on that one. Even Paul in there took a 1-2 twice to cover that one. Meyer and Laporte exchanging some words in front.
Face-off's going to be to the left of Paulin. As remember, Carolina was slated for a 4-4 this weekend, but due to unsafe ice at Danbury, only turned into a 3-3.
Still an extra day of travel for these Thunderbirds.
Bedard through traffic, and that's what we talk about, Jake, with Paulin, where he's down low, he sees it, stops it, and pins it against his chest so you know it's not going anywhere.
And he's perfectly comfortable playing down low. He's very confident in his positioning. He's very confident, and despite being that down low to the ice, he's still able to take away the top part of the net simply by being in the right spot and getting good eyes on that puck.
Well, there's no reason he shouldn't be, as we're going to do it again from the same spot here.
Paul with an .897 save percentage on the year. Good numbers for a team that has had an on and off season now. 5 games above 500 are the Carolina Thunderbirds.
Yeah, they really have found a bit of their stride here. Bedard through traffic, and that's a great save by Paulin with the right flapper off the tip. Tommy Cardinal's going to gain entry right wing side. He's got a man going to the net. Cardinal finds a man going to the net, and it's blocked on the way through by Bedard.
Sliding block by Bedard. Baker's stick was available the entire way. Had it down from the beginning. Great pass, and even better block by Bedard.
Justin Laporte, he's going to look for a friendly stick, not find one. Dawson Baker's going to find the puck. Dawson Baker looking for a shooting lane. Lucchese says not today. Behind the net, Schnapp worked it out to the front. Brulette said no, and this one's rimmed back around. McKay tries to poke it by a man. Dawson Baker takes away the puck. McLean backdoor they're looking for. Pad saved by Babb, and Baker couldn't find him. Meyer has this one bounce over his stick. and it comes back out to center.
McKay appears to be limping here. I don't know if he was caught with a stick or a skate or something, but he's not 100% right now. You see, tough time turning right there.
McKay rims it right back around to Basie, and yeah, you're right, he is a bit ginger here.
Yeah, he's wincing.
As he's trying to get to the benches. Turnovers is the story for Delaware early in this one, and Grabenikov's got a man going to the net, and Kyle Kazaroy. Grebenikov waits and holds, takes a full tour of Harrington. He saw the whole city. Cross ice pass. Oh, what a save by Greg Harney with the right pad.
Wow.
Oh, my. Daniel Martin picks up the puck. He works out from the corner, gets by Cangelosi, but a little help from Alex Basie, and Devaney works it free. Another giveaway in the neutral zone by Delaware, and Basie's going to push this one back forward. He gives it away in the neutral zone.
And finally, McKay is able to get off the ice.
Here comes Kazaroy going to the net, fires a shot, blocked by Noah Wild, who's been phenomenal on his defensive point this evening.
Great job. Noah Wild just willing to sacrifice anything to make sure this Thunder team wins. We saw him go down yesterday on a blind side interference play. It was called a charge. Went to the locker room, was down for a little while, came back not even a few shifts later.
Nikita Andrusenko picks up the puck. Delaware to the attack. Kyle Stevens chips it in deep. Haven't seen much from this line as they'd love to get them going. Look at Andrusenko. What a back check by Nikita Andrusenko. And Bedard picks it up in his own zone.
Perfectly cleanly erasing the Thunderbird player from the play there. Unreal job by Nikita Andrusenko.
Morrissey gets it to Susi, and here he comes left wing side. Susi picks up the puck, kicks it over to Marker. Marker in, fire save, Paul in. Rebound sits free just for a second. Morrissey with a good keep at the blue line, plays it back behind the net. Ryan Marker's got it. Marker waits, goes cross ice, got a man. Bedard, he scores! Charlie Bedard, red hot, and it's 1-1.
What a shot! Charlie Bedard from the right circle rips that one far side. Great celly. He's feeling excited, and that started with Alex Susi at the near blue line. What a play by him to step up. Made a great move around Gus Ford, set up Ryan Marker. He found the initial shot. They managed to get it all the way over to Charlie Bedard, and he buried it. But hard to forget the great work of Alex Susi starting the play with a defensive play, coming right back up the ice. And that's where they might miss him on forward, but they are so happy to have Alex Susi back. It's Charlie Bedard's third of the year.
What an absolute rip from Charlie Bedard. And we're tied at 1.
We've talked about Charlie Bedard so much these last few days, how he adds such an a needed offensive element to this Thunder blue line, and now 3 goals in just 2 weeks of hockey for Charlie Bedard.
And Paulin looked surprised at the absolute corner hit by Charlie Bedard. It came out of nowhere. It looked like a not really dangerous scoring chance, but it's 1-1.
The problem there was couldn't have found a better spot.
Morrissey lost it at the far half wall. 3:05 to go in a 1-1 hockey game, and that goal from Delaware came after a few big saves by number 39.
And let's not forget that block by Noah Wild as we go into the TV timeout.
1-1. Delaware. One-to-one hockey game at the Thunderdome, Carolina and Delaware. See a little question there from Craig. Yes, Aaron Taylor posted a shutout year number 1 against the Battle Creek Rumblebees. Face-off will be to the left of Paulin, wearing number 31.
Still searching for our first goaltender shutout this year, but Trevor Babin, the only goaltender in the FPHL this season to crack 1,000 saves so far.
Babin's been phenomenal, and Harney hasn't been far behind since joining the Thunder from Port Huron. Greg Harney has the only other win as a goaltender with this Delaware Thunder team, who has seen a couple other goalies in their crease as well this season.
Yeah, saw his first win last weekend versus Port Huron, and we saw him make that incredible sprawling pad save on the one-timer by McLean before, which once again gives the Thunder a chance to make this a tie game.
Tommy Cardinal's going to gain entry to Thunder Ice as they look to get the lead right back. Cardinal walks in, fires. Where's that puck? Off the post and under Harney. Unbelievable, as it looked like that one snuck behind him, but Harney's got it.
Well, there's the creativity of Tommy Cardinal. He's got 5 points on this weekend, 1 goal and 4 assists. And he's a guy we haven't mentioned, kind of has gotten overshadowed by the top line. But Tommy Cardinal, same amount of points this weekend as John Butita, 1 more point than Gus Ford, just been just as potent at those other 2 that are on the ice right now with Declan Conway.
2:48 to go in the first period. Face-off won back by Delaware, but Declan Conway, who we just talked about, going to find this puck. Lucchese sends it out of play. No delay, a game off the ceiling.
Brulette trying to sneak behind the D there. Lucchese, little too much air underneath that one.
Face off to the right of Greg Harney. Delaware and Carolina move on in this one. Face off 1 to Ford. Shot through traffic. Blocked by Charlie Bedard. Doing it in both ends of the ice today. Susie can't clear first effort. Gus Ford knocks it down. Tie up at the wall. Puck comes free. Out to the point and all the way back out to center.
Great active stick, Charlie Bedard.
Campaign plays it up the near wall. Susie finishes Conway, who's not happy at all. Get a good look at Declan Conway, who was upset with that hit. Ford back low to Butita as they set it up out to the point to Powell. Powell over to Grebenikov. Grebenikov back behind the net. Picked up as it's Declan Conway. This first line really has been dominant. Powell through traffic. Greg Harney never saw it, as it just went wide of the cage. Justin Laporte, toe drag at the blue line. He lost it, and it's shipped out of play.
Incredible way of any shift they take, being able to spend all that time in the offensive zone. Ford and Butita, whoever they are joined with. We've seen Declan Conway, we've seen Chase DeBar, we've seen Daniel Martin, even Jacob Schnapp, and even Kyle Kazeroid for a few shifts here and there. So they are confident they can go with anybody.
Face-off's going to be to the left of Harney. 1:53 to go, period number 1 at the Thunderdome. Face-off won by McLean. And after both goals, it's been all Thunderbirds.
Great read by Ryan Marker.
Nikita Andrusenko is going to start out, try to work it up the far side. Marker plays it back to Basie. Wile's going to have time to break out of his own zone. Great little play to get it to Nikita Andrusenko. He just tried to chip it off the boards. Got a little too much gas on it. Surprised that wasn't icing, as Holt is bumped behind the net. The Thunderbirds bench is erupting right now, as that should have been an icing. Morrissey, left wing side. Jamming to the front of the net, they score! Bodies in front of the net. The Thunderbirds are very upset as the Thunder take a 2-1 lead.
Perhaps rightfully so. Nikita Andrusenko forced to just put that one in deep. Thunderbirds complaints going to fall on deaf ears, but it's Nikita Andrusenko, my player to watch from the open, who buries his second in as many games. He will extend that point streak to 6 now. That'll be 7 points in his last 6 as he's scoring from everywhere. That was right in front of the net. Pounded that one through the 5-hole to Chris Paulin.
Morrissey got it there. Andrusenko jammed it home. Butita's less than happy. Paulin's all the way here, right in front of us.
Some discussions being had right below us between the 2 leaders. It's Butita and Basie in a meeting with the linesman here. Butita pleading his team's case. Nikita Andrusenko was behind the red line when he shipped that one in. Perhaps there was some Thunderbird presence in the D zone that negated that icing.
Yeah, they're looking at it here. We're taking a second look, and I wonder if they're saying Grebenikov maybe got a piece on that. I'm not too sure, but I do understand why the Thunderbirds are upset. It's a 2-1 hockey game now. They're not going to go back, and now it's you got to put on your short-term memory cap and move forward here.
Can't let that get the better of you. The Thunderbirds have played definitely a good period, equal to the Thunder. So for them, keep your heads on straight.
Getting right up to 1 minute left in period 1 on Family Day. Left wing side, Dawson Baker gains entry. Baker, good little move to create space for himself. And it comes to Schnapp.
Boy, does Baker have good hands.
Right by Susie, out to the point now. Meyer through traffic. Never got to Greg Harney, and Delaware's been a good job blocking shots here. But Dard with another shot block, and it goes out of play.
Dawson Baker continues to impress. his hands, just his ability to work in tight, unreal job. He's scored quite a few points this year. He's got 31 points in 30 games now, including this one. Top 5 on the team in points, very physical player. Spent some time in the OHL with Kingston. Put up some points there. Now he's putting up plenty of points in the Federal Prospects Hockey League.
46 seconds left of the period. It's a tie-up right off the draw. It's played to Joe Devaney. Devaney tries to feather it by everybody. Stevens is going to be the first to this puck. Kyle Stevens ties up with Marvin Powell. Goes out to the front of the net. All the way out to the point Wild. One-touch Basie. Basie just rims it behind the net. Waiting for it is Joe Devaney. In his wheelhouse, tries to chip it to the front of the net. Nothing doing, and Baker's going to have time to clear, and he does. Wild's going to have to skate into this and just chip it back to center ice. Basie pushed it forward. Putita came away with the puck, and now Devaney. 10 seconds left of the period. Delaware's got to be smart here as they try to break out of their own zone, and Devaney makes a real good play, just getting it back out to center. And Butita's going to have one last dump in here. Wild intercepts, and that's going to do it for period 1.
Great job by the Thunder defense there. That was a 5-man effort. We saw Cangelosi on the back check. We saw Devaney intercepting that pass from Ford. Everybody bought in that final shift and shutting down the top line for the Carolina Thunderbirds. It's going to take a 5-man effort to shut down Butita and Ford.
It will. We'll be back. Delaware Thunder and the Carolina Thunderbirds 2-1. Delaware Thunder Pro Hockey on the Delaware Thunder YouTube channel. Mike Basile, Jake Basile on Family Day. We just did our Mission Barbecue Shootout on the ice here. A lot of good fun thus far. It's a 2-1 hockey game. Jake, what do you like that you see from Delaware?
Well, I like to see you walking on the ice there, looking great out there, as always. But I like the Delaware Thunder a little bit more on the ice. They had a great first period, tons of action going both ways. Thunderbirds kicked off the scoring, but 2 goals for the Thunder give them the lead. A controversial goal from Nikita Andrusenko is the deciding one at the moment. But some good hard work by the Thunder. Another one by Charlie Bedard. How on fire has he been?
Charlie Bedard's been real good as we take you down to our ice level. This is just so satisfying to me, watching the Zamboni make the ice look all nice for period 2. But I want to touch on the goaltending, Greg Harney. He gave up one, like we said, it was a little awkward. It was a weird play, but he bounces right back and makes a few huge saves.
Well, the big ones were no trouble for Greg Harney. It was the weird one that got him there, and I'm sure he wants that one back. It would be a 2-0 game nonetheless, but thankfully the Thunder do have the lead. They were able to give him the support he deserved out there with the few fantastic saves that he was able to make. Faced some early pressure by the Thunderbirds, handled it well, was sensational during the Thunderbirds power play, as was the entire Thunder, and I love the way the Thunder defended against the top line in the later portions of that first period, the way we saw Cangelosi and Devonier and Kyle Stevens back-checking as well, all working hard, supporting their defenders. It's going to take a 5-man effort to win this game each shift, especially when you're playing against those guys.
Only one other game on slate today, Port Huron and Watertown. Other than that, your only action tonight right here from the Thunderdome, where it's a 2-1 Delaware Thunder lead after 1 period of play. Both teams make their way back out on the ice for period number 2 on the Delaware Thunder YouTube channel. We'll switch sides. Greg Harney to my left, Chris Paulin to my right, and Jake, we talked about an impressive finish to period 1 for the Delaware Thunder. How did they keep it going here in period 2?
Well, this is the first time they've had a lead since game 1 of this weekend set. They did not have a lead at all yesterday. The closest they came was within 1 in the third period. So an unfamiliar position for the Thunder, and even in that game 1, they lost that lead within 5 minutes. So the Thunder need to stay on their toes here. Can't take this lead for granted, as it is one that we have seen slip away for them in the past. Thunder needs to stay on their toes, keep the aggression going, and I look to this line to do so. Nikita Andrusenko already buried one. We'll see. Looks like Brendan O'Reilly taking a first shift in the Andrusenko spot, but we do see Marker and Morrissey out there.
Face off will be center ice to start period 2. As O'Reilly goes right after Dawson Baker. And that might end up with both these guys in the box or just O'Reilly. I'm not sure.
Baker with a coy grin as he skates away. O'Reilly had his gloves off. He was all ready to tag Baker. Baker smiles. O'Reilly has some choice words for Dawson Baker.
Not sure.
Not sure what precipitated that.
No, I'm not sure what. It's a 5-on-4 power play for the Thunderbirds, though.
Makes sense. There's
It's going to
only
be a rough, yeah.
one combatant had their gloves dropped.
It's going to be a rough. That's what it's going to be, and Basie's not happy, but
seems like maybe Dawson Baker goaded him in a little bit. Not sure if there was history there. Not sure if there was something specifically leading up to that, or maybe that was just the position Brendan O'Reilly was put in. But nonetheless, it will be a penalty kill for the Thunder, a penalty kill that let up 1 goal yesterday, courtesy of John Butita and the Carolina Thunderbirds power play.
face-off will be to the left of Harney, and Delaware had a 2-1 lead. They're going to try to keep it after this power play. Alex Basie, look at him applying the pressure. He's the defenseman. And now back the other way come the Thunderbirds. Butita just keeps forward onside. Behind the net with it they go, Declan Conway. Conway works it out. Andrusenko took a high stick, but it was on the follow-through, so that's allowed. Gus Ford jams it out to the front of the net. Good play by Charlie Bedard, who's been a star for Delaware this weekend. Baker cross-ice pass. Oh, look how crisp Ford is. But Bedard made a great play, and Andrusenko plotted him a bit late, but they say play on.
Drop down Charlie Bedard, taking up as much space as possible. Got his stick in there. He looked like he was down and out for a moment as it was Gus Ford charging down on him, but he stuck with him there, looking like a seasoned vet.
Butita drop past Baker. Baker back to Butita. Butita all the way across. Morrissey knocked it down. They try to jam it home. Meyer might have touched that with a high stick, but he swings and misses. Oh, Morrissey's way in front of the play. He tips it forward to Laporte. Laporte left wing side to the attack, fires, and Paulin has it.
Tough position for Morrissey there. I'm sure he would have loved to have gone away with that one. Caught flat-footed at the Carolina blue line. Opted to leave that puck for Laporte, who had a little more speed, but nonetheless to the outside, and Paulin made an easy save, but it will shave off seconds, ultimately, of this Carolina Thunderbirds power play, down to a minute left.
Shots were 14-14 after one. This one's pushed forward. Here comes Daniel Martin. Cardinal just stays on side. Dabari picks it up behind the net. He let it roll through, and Wild pokes it out to Powell. Back Dabari, near corner. Dabari looks for space. He waits, goes behind the net with it. Dabari all the way out to the point. Compagne down low, Daniel Martin. Now Dabari. A lot of Thunderbirds standing still. Now Martin and Compagne playing spots, and Cangelosi clears it past Compagne.
Good work by Cangelosi to be the first one to jump on that puck, and look at him apply the pressure here. That's more time off the Carolina Thunderbirds power play. Masterful job killing penalties in both periods so far for the Thunder.
And it's a D-zone face-off for the Thunderbirds, who are up a man.
That's right, so they'll have to not only win the face-off, but manage a full breakout, which will probably shave about 10 seconds off, and they win this one too cleanly. It'll be a foot race here.
Bedard wins that foot race, doesn't get much on it, so Powell's going to have some time to break out of his own zone. He uses defense partner Compagne to do so. Martin chips it in on Harney. Harney slows it down for Bedard, rims it up the near side. Powell with a good keep, tries to put it towards the front of the net. and it comes back on the playing surface after it hit the netting.
Lucchese, aggressive there on Powell, not giving him any time, not letting anything get on net in the dying seconds of the Thunderbirds power play. Good job by Lucchese.
Faceoff's going to be to the right of Greg Harney here. As Martin switching things around, he's going to take the draw. He's on his strong hand, then he won it to Dabari. Dabari out to the point. Powell through traffic. Knocked away by Harney, but it was going wide anyway. Campaign walks the line. Oh, Devaney was getting back into the zone. He could have had an odd man rush. Stevens knocks it down. Good play as now he comes and skates into this puck. Devaney can't pick up the puck in the neutral zone as it never got there. Was Powell with a good defensive play. Charlie Bedard, let's see this breakout pass. Right on the stick of Stevens as he tries to kick it by Powell. Can't do so. McLean takes a bump from Basie. And they just stay onside. Here's Schnapp. Schnapp takes a bump from Lucchese, gets the puck right back, tipped it on through to McLean, and his shot is blocked down and goes wide of the net.
Great give and go there with Kazeroid and Schnapp, as Schnapp was able to shrug off Brandon Lucchese, cuts the middle there, pass just out of his reach.
Haven't seen Delaware create much this period. Schnapp forces a turnover. What else is new? Tried to work it through to McLean. He gets it there, but with a pitching wedge, he goes up and out of play with that shot.
McLean chuckling to himself there. He knows he got way, way too much on that one. That one wasn't tipped. Just from the tippy top of that right circle, he buried that one into the wrong netting.
Morrissey and Holt exchange just a friendly hello as they cross passes. Like you said, Jake, Holt wasn't in the lineup, so they brought an extra D as now Dabari came in, and as a forward, Holt and Oakes on the defensive went back and forth with one another. Susi behind the net, 16:49 to go in period number 2. They work it forward to Nikita Andrusenko. Andrusenko fires a shot, and that's blocked. That's going to hit Paulin. Watch out as it comes back onto the playing surface.
Just a willingness to be aggressive and shoot from Nikita Andrusenko. You can see he's exuding confidence right now in all three zones. He's perfectly comfortable with the puck, without the puck. No matter what he's asked to do, he's done it. And we'll see if he, Marker, and Morrissey can create here with an offensive zone draw.
Andrusenko kicks it forward. Dawson Baker ties him up so Pastuca and Butita can get to the puck. Here they come, the Carolina Thunderbirds, that is, with Tommy Cardinal. Cardinal looking for some space. Cardinal tries to bank it in off Greg Harney to no avail. Cardinal all the way out to the point. Yuri Pastuca right wing side. Pastuca looking for a shooting lane. Spins off Susi. Got Meyer cross ice. Finds Meyer cross ice. Left wing side, Meyer centering pass intercepted by Andrusenko, and leaking out is Ryan Marker. Marker's got Morrissey with him. The Thunder just stay onside. Marker, Andrusenko walks in, backhand. Oh, what a goal by Nikita Andrusenko, and it's 3-1 Thunder.
The M&M line joined by Nikita Andrusenko gets it done for a second time this period. It starts with Ryan Marker dishing that one off to Nikita Andrusenko. He walks right in, silky, suave move. Forehand to the backhand right between the wickets of Chris Paul, and Thunder double their lead. It's 3-1, courtesy of the ever-hot Nikita Andrusenko.
Talk about the poise by Ryan Marker too, right? Oh, what a pass and what a finish.
Well, he had all the time to maybe take that one and try to shoot it himself. Great job to stay onside by him and Morrissey too.
Left wing side, Butita dumps it in deep, and now the Thunderbirds are reeling a bit. Behind the net, it's Ford. Out to the point, Campaign. Campaign walks the line. Chips it down low. Conway's shot. That hit the top of the glass. It stayed in play, and dangerously, Tristan McLean nearly sent that one out of play. Butita's got Ford, finds Ford, and Harney has an answer with the left shoulder. Save of the night for Greg Harney on the ever-so-dangerous Gus Ford in front.
Gus Ford in his office with a bullet, and Harney just so square to that shot. Got it right off the chest. And an interesting note about the last goal, it was Jarrett Meyer who had pinched in deep and gave it away. That was a defender in no man's land for the Thunderbirds, perhaps giving an advantage of the Thunder coming back. Here's
another turnover. Bedard's got more space to fire a shot. This one into the glove of Paulin with 15:10 to go.
That one going wide. Paulin's seen enough, though. The Thunder on their toes right now, skating hard, skating fast, creating a ton off the rush, and that's where they're most dangerous. Ryan Marker, tons of points this year, so many of them generated off the rush. Thunder, they may not always pressure you into tons of defensive zone time, but off the rush, they can strike.
Faceoff's going to be to the left of Paulin here as these two teams have battled all weekend long. McLean, right wing side Cardinal. Cardinal walks in, tries to sneak it through the 5-hole of Greg Harney. He says no. And left wing side, the Thunder break out. Grebenikov picks up the puck, dumps it back in on Harney. He makes a good little save as he sticks it to the corner. Bedard just chips it up to Brulette. Brulette finds a streaking Lucchese. He's got Laporte far side. He's going to have to backtrack and just dump this in as he takes a bump from Grebenikov.
Beautiful breakout by the Thunder. Susi to Bedard, right out for Brulette.
Great play by Laporte to watch this one go through. Now Susi's shot is blocked by McLean. 3-on-2, but McLean just dumps it in deep and lets Tommy Cardinal go chase. Cardinal wins the battle. Schnapp centering pass. Nobody home, came right back to him. Works it behind the net. Setting it up now are the Thunderbirds. Lucchese takes a bump. That was from Tommy Cardinal, who's not going to shy away from any type of physical play. We know that.
Good positioning by Bedard, knocking that centering pass away from Schnapp.
Carolina now looking for a goal as they've pushed the pace a little bit here. Pastuca right at the line keeps it in. That was as close as it could be. And here comes Marc-Antoine Brulette. Brulette left wing side. Lucchese's with him. Brulette just decides after the end of a long shift to fire one at the pads of Paulin.
Exactly right, Mikey. Lucchese just didn't have nothing in the tank there. Forced to dig in a little bit. Couldn't get there in time to force a 2-on-1. Brulette makes the smart play, not trying to force something with a tired shift.
Basie knocks the stick out of DeBari's hands. And here comes Shane Morrissey with Ryan Marker. Morrissey drop pass Marker. Marker back to Morrissey. Oh my, that's pretty. Paulin's got the save. Rebound set free right in the low slot, but it's cleared back out to center. And now we have Basie and Paulin going at it. And this is going to bring a crowd. Here comes the crowd.
It's Meyer and Pastuca surrounding Basie. Meyer ripping Basie off of Paulin there. Paulin skates away. It looks like it'll just stick to these two for now. But a great play along the far wall by Nikita Andrusenko. Gets that one over the area for Marker and Morrissey to do their pretty little exchange that ended up with Morrissey having a green light into the slot. Ripped one into Chris Paulin, leading to the conflict we have now.
Basie and Meyer still talking here. Nothing came of it. No gloves were dropped. Not sure what started that. It was behind the play as Basie got Paulin's helmet off as those two were tied up. We're going to head to a media timeout as soon as we get this sorted away. Basie's going to head to the box for sure. And maybe Paulin, obviously he's not going to head to the box, but we'll see if somebody's going to head to the box for him. Basie's saying he blockered me. So Basie's saying he got hit in the face by Paulin.
Yeah, Alex Basie, a leader on this team, not going to lose his cool just for hanging around in the crease, maybe taking a whack or two. Chris Paulin likely didn't enjoy Basie hanging around there.
Basie screaming down below us here as he's in the penalty box, and looks like we could take our media timeout finally here at the Thunderdome. Well, let's get you all caught up here, Delaware Thunder and the Carolina Thunderbirds. Paulin had a penalty on the board. They took it down. Now it only says 2 minutes on Alex Basie. As we were saying before the break, Basie was mentioning he was blockered up high. Then all we saw as the puck was going the other way was Basie on top of Paulin and Paulin's helmet off. Looks like it will be a Thunderbirds power play, and Ford, Butita, Baker, Conway are all out there and waiting to see if the fifth is going to be Campaign or Cardinal, and here comes Cardinal off the bench.
Always funny to see the goaltender skating away after being the inciting element, or at least one of the inciting participants in a scrum there. It was Basie and Paulin kicking it off, then once Meyer came in, Paulin said, all right, I've seen enough. Let me get out of here. But nonetheless, we will have a Thunderbirds power play.
Right. That's what we do have here is now we're still trying to get this sorted out. Basie might have a 10 as well. I just saw a Lecken head to the box.
Lecken has joined Basie in the box here. Basie's still talking.
That would probably mean that Basie's got a 10 as we get that sorted out. Yes, he's got a 10-minute misconduct, and Delaware's already short a few D. Butita works it down low forward. Bouncing puck, tried to go to Conway, nothing doing. You see it's Susie and Wild. The Delaware Thunder have 4 forwards per se out. Is that one tipped and saved? Oh, here comes Shane Morrissey. Shane Morrissey right down Main Street. He's caught from behind, and it's a great defensive play by Butita.
Not only that, look at the hustle by Mark Campaign to get there, lift the stick. Butita forced between a rock and a hard place with Morrissey, and Campaign took care of the rest.
Right wing side, Declan Conway. Conway spins off, waits for space, goes out to the point Ford. Ford, down low, they set it up. Back out it comes, and Gus Ford continues as they work it out to Campaign. Campaign at the point, down low they go, Conway. Conway, shot blocked by Bedard, no surprise. Out to the point it comes Baker. Baker through traffic, Butita was there, didn't get a piece, and Harney makes the save.
Butita just a step too late as Baker was looking at Harney all the way, had a clean lane to that net. Nobody in the eyes of Greg Harney, so he'll melt that one down right into the Thunder logo. No problem for him, but I love the crisp passing by Mark Campaign here on this shift. Saw him find Declan Conway down low, forced to corral that pass before he shot it, allowing Connor Bedard to get over, Charlie Bedard to get over and block that shot.
I did the same thing on his first goal.
It's an easy mistake to make.
You have the same last name as an OHL superstar, and Charlie Bedard's been a superstar here for the Delaware Thunder.
Absolutely, 3 goals in just his first 2 weekends here.
Puck chipped back out to center. Look at Dan Cangelosi, a little pest as he works it back out to center. Conway looks for a shooting lane. He fired it off the leg of McKay as John Butita pushes it back behind the net. Gus Ford comes away with the puck, and look at Noah Wild. Force it all the way back out to the point. Baker, dangerous pass. Laporte was nearly out, home free. Ford finds it, though. Baker picks it up at the point. Baker walks the line. Over to Gus Ford, looking for a shooting lane. Delaware hoping he can't find one. Ford looks for one, finds one, and it's in the glove of Greg Harney, who's been phenomenal in period number 2.
Now that one, there were bodies in front of Greg Harney there. Tracked that one down low. Great work by Gus Ford, though. At the blue line, shimmy and a shake, creating time and space, able to rip that one in. Harney took care of it.
Harney's coming to the bench. I don't believe this is a media timeout, though. I think they're just trying to figure out the proper talkings about what happened with Basie.
Well, Charlie Bedard tonight scored his 3rd goal. This will be his 8th game. Puts him as one of the top goal scorers on that Thunder blue line. He has been excellent, able to find those holes, rip them through, and pitch his targets there. Played 36 games for Morrisville State College in NCAA Division III. Grew up on Long Island just like us, played for the Long Beach Sharks, Kings Park Comac High School, not too far from where we grew up.
Not too far at all as Chase DeBari wishes he was a little further away from the corner because Susie pinned him against that wall. But DeBari's flying. Oh, boy. It's the full tour as well. Pastuca cross ice. Meyer, good passing, and Harney says no with the blocker. Cardinal tries to tap it home. Where is it? In the back of the net. And it's 3-1.
Great pass by Pastuca. Wound up, froze everybody for the Thunder. Found Jarrett Meyer cruising in, back door, ripped one on Greg Harney, and the problem is when Jarrett Myers shoots, that thing's coming off super fast, bounced right off of Harney into the stratosphere down. It's able to be tapped in by Tommy Cardinal.
I believe it went in the net right before the power play expired. It did.
So it will be a power play goal.
It's a power play goal, and the penalty from Basie. Just 1 second left on it. And there was 11:21 to go in the period. 3-2 now.
Great poke check by Basie on the initial entry.
This one comes out to Tommy Cardinal. Jake Basie's in the box still.
Susie.
Out the other way, Kyle Stevens. Right down Main Street. Stevens, oh, what a back check. I believe it was Victor Grebenikov. And Bedard goes out the other way to Susie. I was going to say, do you see Basie on the
I saw the A.
That's Susie. Devaney's in. Devaney to the backhand. Oh, he scores. What a goal for Joe Devaney, and it's 4-2.
I thought that was Basie that scored that one. No, that was Joe Devaney. What a move to the backhand. Started with a defensive play by Alex Susie in the D zone. Led to this rush. Joe Devaney tucks it home ice cold with the no-celly. And he once again doubles the Thunder lead. Carolina came back and narrowed it, and it's another 2-goal lead for the Delaware Thunder. Joe Devaney.
It's a beautiful goal for Joe Devaney. He got to the backhand, and he made absolutely no mistake. They just stay onside. And Devaney with a great finish. McKay moves it forward to Morrissey. Marker picks it up. Marker's shot blocked on the way through. Compain gave it away to Andrusenko. Andrusenko had a centering pass from Morrissey that never came back to him. Kazaroyd finds it. McKay sends it back, and Kazaroyd intercepts. Kazaroyd looking to change the pace of this game. Now it comes right back out. Oh, what a save by Harney. He's ran through. Daniel Martin trying to jam it home. Now it's Schnapp, and he scores.
And Delaware's going to have plenty to complain about here, as there were quite a few participants in the crease of Greg Harney. The call on the ice right now is goal. Susie is right there to talk to the officials, and we'll see what happens here.
We'll see. It looked like Harney might have got bumped as he went to cover it. He's not happy, as we have a goal parade here at both ends of the ice. The Thunder bench is less than happy, to say the least.
Up in arms right now.
Oh, he did get ran. It looked like Harney.
Oh, absolutely. Harney was definitely way, way out of position there, lying on the ground, had a Thunderbird draped all over him. I think the belief is that a Thunder player initiated the contact that led to the Thunderbird in the crease.
It was Kazaroyd.
Exactly that, and that's why we have the goal right now.
Marvin Powell works it over to Meyer. Meyer give away Morrissey. Do we have another goal here as Morrissey just shot it wide? This one bounces all the way out to Bedard. He fanned on it. Next whistle, media timeout. Both teams, I'm sure, will take it the way this second period has gone. And last night, the second period was much like this. Goal, 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 goal. And these two teams are really showing the firepower in both their offenses. Puck chipped in deep. Powell knocks it down behind the net. There's Declan Conway. Conway plays it up, looking for Schnapp. He's going to find Schnapp, far side of the ice. Jacob Schnapp tried a centering pass, knocked down by Susie, and Susie finishes Schnapp, and Schnapp stays down on the ice. His helmet's off. Here comes Powell. Powell drops the gloves. He goes right after Susie.
Referee's going to restrain him. Not going to have a chance to get at Alex Susie here.
Now Conway's going after Susie.
Important thing is Jacob Schnapp remains lying on the ground here.
The health of Jacob Schnapp is the most important right now.
Susie just plastered him into the boards there. They had the hand up. Not sure what that call will be. If it's a check to the head or perhaps interference. Schnapp just driving wide. Susie, good strong play against the wall. And here's Schnapp hopefully getting up under his own power. Here he does.
It was a big hit. And Schnapp, most importantly, is up and under his own power. Doesn't look like Schnapp wants to go to the locker room. He's going to stand right behind the bench, but the medical staff, Dr. Kirill Alexiev, will lead him back to the locker room. We're going to take our media timeout. We wish the best for It's going to be a major on number 9, Alex Susi.
Most importantly, Jacob Schnapp on the in the bench, stick in hand, appearing no worse for the wear. He was ready to take the first shift, but they said take a break here. But Jacob Schnapp is on the bench, and we'll likely see him on the ice at some point during this power play.
Yeah, most importantly, he is okay, and he's right over with Garrett Lutledge, which is great to see, as now we're just taking our media timeout, but good to see that Schnapp is okay, as when he got hit into the boards, it looked like it was his head that
got the initial collision.
Got the glass there. As, like you said, I didn't think the hit from Susi was necessarily bad. I think the impact was what got him. But as we said, most importantly, Jacob Schnapp is up okay on the Thunderbirds bench.
Perhaps the size difference playing a role there. Schnapp a few inches shorter than the big Alex Susi. And we will see the lethal Thunderbirds power play, which has been so good these last 3 games. Get a shot. They'll kick it off likely with Butita and Ford. We'll see who joins them. But right now, still things being ironed out here.
Yeah, we were just looking over at the Thunderbirds bench to make sure Schnapp was okay, and it's great to see that he is up. And it looks like he wants to get right back out on the ice. He's a hockey player.
Nothing's stopping him. He was ready to not even walk back to the locker room.
No, Dr. Alexiev, we saw, made him go back that way, and then the benches got involved on both sides as everyone was screaming at one another, and we still have a hockey game.
But Schnapp spent as little time as he could in that locker room, maybe under a minute, before he came right back out, ready to go. One of the tougher guys on the team. We talk about the way he just goes into corners, absolutely fearless. The way he drove wide on Alex Susi there, absolutely fearless, not afraid of contact, not afraid of going down, and 90% of the time he'll come away with the puck.
Peter Banasak talking with Charles Penz. That's the official today, with Justin Crawford. And I believe it's going to be Susi, the only one getting the penalty here. My only other assumption was maybe Powell going to the box, and I believe that's what we heard Cangelosi
That's exactly
saying.
what Cangelosi's complaining about right now. He's screaming, how is Powell not in the box right now? He came in to challenge Susi. Perhaps him never getting there, the linesman restraining him before he could, is what negated his chance of being sent to the box. But Jacob Schnapp up and smiling on the bench, just waiting for his shift, which is what we hoped for and ultimately what we expected when we saw him get up under his own power. Like you said, he's a hockey player. He's a hockey player for sure, and you know he's tough. And he's right back up, and you know how bad he's going to want to score the goal on this power play. Right now, though, it's Baker with Meyer, Butita, Conway, and Ford, as Ford and Bedard have a chat. Andrusenko, McKay, and Laporte join Bedard on the Delaware shorthanded unit. After a bit of a pause there to figure out the penalties, Meyer works it over to Ford. And we are back underway as Delaware is on the We Sell Del penalty kill. Baker out to the point. Moves it over to Jarrett Meyer. Meyer, Ford, back to Meyer. Meyer over Baker. Meyer top of the point. Meyer through traffic just wide of the net. Gus Ford picks it up far half wall. Back to Meyer it goes. One-timer. Baker tipped by the stick of Laporte and up and out of play. That's a key block by the Thunder there. You see Jarrett Meyer kind of quarterbacking this power play right now in that middle slot, middle point position, leading the way, dictating the passes, dictating the direction. And that shot there from Baker, blocked by Laporte.
Right, the first period, we only saw 2-1. Seemed like a good bit of goals, I should say. But the second period said, hold my beer. And we might have more in it with 4:27 to this power play that the Thunderbirds can score at will on.
That's right. This is a non-releasing power play here for the Thunderbirds. So a goal will not change the amount of time left on the power play.
Baker, great feet to Ford, but Charlie Bedard says not today. And Nikita Andrusenko doing it at both ends of the ice as he blocks the pass and clears it out of play.
Brilliant diving block by Nikita Andrusenko, laying it all on the line. And speaking of laying it all on the line, as we get a whistle here, Charlie Bedard, that's his probably third big block of the game. He's gotten a few other ones with a stick, maybe a deflection off the shin guard, but that's the third time we've seen him get down, spread out, and take up as much space as possible. A hard shot to block from a guy like Gus Ford, but took it like a champ.
Face off back to the neutral zone as it's one to Lucchese. Back on defense now. Obviously, Susi was playing, so Delaware is going to have to figure things out without Basie for a little bit longer as well. He remains in the penalty box. And Susi not available right now either. Cangelosi's going to be to the attack. 2-on-1 with Kyle Stevens. Cangelosi holds, fires, and scores! It's a shorthanded goal for Dan Cangelosi, and it's 5-3.
That is a tough break for, that was, I believe, Pastuca and McLean. A clearing attempt ended up off the skate of McLean, caromed right to Danny Cangelosi, and he was able to rip that one up and over the glove of Paulin from a good ways out. Thought he might have a 2-on-1 there. Opts to call his own number and rip that one, and he makes the right decision there, and that 2-goal lead is reestablished for the Delaware Thunder.
I said Cangelosi would have 2 today. There's 1, and we're just under the halfway mark of the game. And I don't want to sound cliche, Jake, but could Paulin be tired today? Gus Ford right back looking for the answer. Ford to the backhand off the side of the net. Harney has no clue where it is. Bouncing puck comes to Kyle Stevens, and he chips it forward. Will Stevens win the foot race against Baker? The answer is yes, but Paulin's not having any of it. Around to Jarrett Meyer it comes. The big Jarrett Meyer waits, spins back into his own zone.
Well, I think you have a very good point there, Mike. I mean, Chris Paulin's made 30-plus saves in each of the last 2 games. He doesn't look as sharp tonight. Still has made quite a few saves. Still looks to be in that good sense of positioning, but perhaps fatigue catching up to the goaltender who's playing now his 3rd straight game.
Look at Baker. Just create. All the way across it comes to Meyer. There's Declan Conway down low. Butita under his stick. 2:43 to the 5-minute major to Alex Susi. Butita out to the point. Baker. Baker moves it over one more. Baker right back looking for a shooting lane. Dawson Baker goes to Jarrett Meyer. Works it over. Gus Ford. Ford. And look in front of the net, Jake. Butita and Lucchese just going at it.
And
Lucchese's behind Harney.
Not giving him an inch of room there. Look at that. It was that stick of Butita was tied up by Lucchese there. Couldn't get it out.
And the puck is worked back out. Now we got another penalty. I believe this one.
And guess who? Look who it is.
It's going to be on Butita.
It's Butita and Lucchese.
Lucchese's going to go for a dive.
He thought he drew one, and Lucchese turned around, and he was smiling, and that might have not done him any favors there.
Lucchese less than pleased in the box.
No, I mean the entire Thunder bench is incensed with the level of with the officiating tonight.
And the Thunder crowd
they're joining
pleased.
right in.
Not pleased right now. But Lucchese, like you said, the turn back and the smile, but the ref, Justin Crawford, was adamant about both men going to the box right away. He saw it.
And good eye on him, because I think Lucchese knew what he was trying to do there. Butita knew what he was trying to do there. Lucchese turned around, snow on his pants, still smiling about that. But now we'll see a face-off at the center. And there is Schnapp back on the ice, taking his first shift since going down. Always good to see.
Wearing number 6, Jacob Schnapp has a goal this afternoon.
Tallied one yesterday as well. Always dangerous.
Stevens got his stick in the hands of Victor Grebenikov, I should say. And no manpower change from the 2 penalties, Butita and Lucchese, as Cangelosi. Look at him dangle. He knocked Baker off his feet. Paulin and Cangelosi collide, and not sure what's going on here as we got a Thunderbird down in the corner. Did Cangelosi clip him with a stick?
Cangelosi appears confused. I don't think there was any intent there by Danny Cangelosi. Perhaps just a stick battle that went awry there. That's Chase DeBari down. You could see him way in the corner there.
Victor Grebenikov.
Victor Grebenikov. It was Chase DeBari checking on Victor Grebenikov. He's holding his jaw. Gives a thumbs up to Dr. A there. He will be okay. Cangelosi looked apologetic there. His posture didn't seem to show any aggression. Doesn't look like any call will be coming as well.
You got Babin now talking from the bench as things have really escalated here between these two teams. Face-off's going to be to the left of Paulin.
As why can't we be friends echoes from the speakers ever appropriate.
Graydon doing a phenomenal job down there. 6:16 to go in the second period, 1:49 to the power play. This was a 5-minute major as Bedard's shot's blocked by Schnapp, and here he comes. Jacob Schnapp, left wing side. Bedard trying to work on him. Schnapp's backhander chipped over the net. Noah Wild might have got a piece. Wouldn't be surprised the way he's played tonight.
Yes, he did, Mike. Great call.
Dabari has it poked away and sent the distance. Paulin knocks it down behind the net. Baker slows things down as he's going to work out the near side. Giveaway right at the blue line as the Thunder send it right back in to Carolina ice. 1:15 to go, and Myers behind his own net with it. Paulin stopped it for him, and like we said, his Paulin showing a little bit of fatigue here.
Very possibly, and Thunder doing exactly what they need to do on this PK. Look at the way they're attacking the puck in the neutral zone. 3 guys back to challenge here as Kyle Stevens was in the neutral zone chasing in. Another great defensive play by Nikita Andrusenko.
That's a phenomenal play by Andrusenko. And we see Shane Morrissey without his shoulder pads on behind the Thunder bench. Not sure what's going on with Shane Morrissey right now, but he doesn't look like he'll come back for the second period that has still just over 5 to play. Marker's going to chase down a loose puck, but Powell had 3 or 4 strides on him with 33 seconds left of the power play. Delaware looking to kill a 5-minute major here. Cardinal worked it down low to Conway right off the shoulder of Harney.
Oh, you nearly handed out a kiss of death right there, Mike.
As that one's chipped up and out of play. Media timeout. Back at the Thunderdome, face off to the left of Greg Harney. Cangelosi has the only goal of this 5-minute penalty kill for the Thunder. And it was a penalty kill goal, which is impressive. Conway's shot blocked. Oh, Harney might grab an assist if Marker could bury the biscuit. Marker with Cangelosi. Marker fires. He shot it wide. Conway got a piece.
He did there. It was a heck of a save by Harney there. A blocker save that turned out into a clear and a pass for the Thunder.
4:20 to go in period number 2. And there's number 20, Torrey McLean. He overskates, and Joe Devaney's going to have time to work it over to Charlie Bedard. The always dangerous Charlie Bedard. Good save, Paulin. He was going for the same spot, and Paulin knew it.
Absolutely, Bedard dangerous from that right blue line.
Left wing side, Tommy Cardinal. Bedard giveaway. Kyle Kazeroy through traffic. Looking about flashing the pad out was Harney as he got a piece. Marker can't get it by George Holt. And Kyle Kazeroy is going to pick it up on the far side of the ice. Kazeroy centering pass, got to Martin, fires just wide.
Important thing here is the Thunder killed off that 5-minute major and found a goal for themselves, part of it.
Puck rimmed around, Ryan Marker finds it near side of the ice. Marker works it free to Nikita Andrusenko. Andrusenko pushed it forward, Kazeroy finds the puck, and he dumps it behind the net. 3:23 to go. It's a 5-3 hockey game. Daniel Martin wins this battle. Martin works it out to the front. Now they go one more. Kazeroy, and the net's knocked off its moorings by Greg Harney, and we get a whistle.
Good play there. Joe Devaney right on top of Kazeroy there. We've seen Joe Devaney do so much for the Thunder in such a short period of time. He plays so smart, so responsible defensively as well. You mentioned his smarts in the broadcast yesterday. He's so positionally sound, and there Kazeroy cruising into the slot. His stick met by Devaney's there. Not sure if anything would have been too troubling due to the net being off its moorings, but always good to play it safe as Alex Basie returns to the ice.
Face-off's going to be to the left of Greg Harney. As I believe we have the officials chatting with the scorers table under us once more. As this has been a long period, Jake.
It certainly feels that way. All the whistles, all the scrums, Well, that all just makes for a great hockey game, in my opinion.
It definitely does. And we appreciate you tuning in. We hope you're having a great time. It's been another good game between the Thunder and the Thunderbirds. As now we have the linesman and the official talking. As did Basie sneak out of the box too early? Did they get him? He might have. I think he got to serve the 2 minutes first and then the 10 minutes. So it's 12 full minutes, and I think they're saying Basie snuck out early.
Uh-oh. Here he comes.
They caught Basie just a little too early here.
Good eye, Mike, there as Basie skates back to the box. Back to the sin bin goes Basie. Not for too much longer.
No, not at all.
But they did catch him there.
Faceoff's going to be to the left of Harney. Wild comes back out. Everyone got a bit of an elongated break at least, though, huh?
That is true, especially for a shortened Delaware blue line. Basie's been in the box. Susie chucked from the game. They can eat all the rest they can get right now.
Out to the point it comes. It's Jarrett Meyer. Meyer goes down low. There's Baker. Baker, as they try and set it up. Noah Wild with a good hit on Chase Dabari. Frees up the puck. Nikita Andrusenko behind his own net. He tied up with Gus Ford. Ford's got a man all alone in front. It's Baker. Net came off, but he scores. Dawson Baker, and it's 5-4.
Baker all alone behind the net. Noah Wild did a great job to cancel Chase Dabari out from the play, but behind the net, Nikita Andrusenko taken down, dished out in front, and Baker with all the time in the world, Harney, down and out, whole upper part of the net to work with for Dawson Baker, and he exploited that 5-4.
Well, it's been a high-scoring second period. Lucchese's still not happy with the official. He's still talking with him.
Lots of chatting between players and officials going on this period.
Ford and Lucchese in the dot. It's a 5-4 game. What a shot by Dawson Baker, though. No chance for Greg Harney.
Oh, no way, no how. That was all Dawson Baker in front. Nobody near him at all. Not sure how the Thunder got that lost in coverage there. Perhaps McKay and Andrusenko there got confused as who was going behind the net to try to take that puck. Left Dawson Baker all alone.
Bedard works it up to Artem Alekin, who hasn't played much tonight, but he's out on the ice for a shift here. And I think we'll see more of him now with the short bench. Here comes Dawson Baker to the attack left wing side. Baker's shot blocked on the way through by Laporte. Right back to the front, they go to Dabari as Carolina's looking to tie this one before the third period. Right back out to the front, Justin Laporte filling in for a defensive spot here as Ryan Marker pushes it forward. Lucchese just keeps Alekin on side. Tie up, puck towards the net, knocked down by Dawson Baker, who another player is doing it on all ends of the ice. Pastuca caught a stick on the way through from Lucchese. He's down. And we'll see if he's okay. He caught it in the nose, it looks like here.
Yeah, he's grabbing his nose. Looks like he's no worse for the wear there. Skating to the bench. Up under his own power. Caught behind the net. Like you mentioned, Artem Alekin not getting a ton of ice time tonight. Still has put up a good amount of points for the Thunder this season. 15 points on the year for Alekin. And they will need him in the third.
To Paulin we go. 2:19 to go in period number 2 as Yuri Pastuca appears to be okay. Didn't see any blood on the way off, so that's always a plus. Lucchese wins it back to Wild. Wild through traffic. Has it blocked. Marker picks it up. Marker goes cross ice. Charlie Bedard. Bedard through traffic. It was blocked, and he rims it up and out of play.
Yeah, you see Bedard's willingness to pull the trigger right now. That's the sign of a confident player. And speaking of confidence, the way Ryan Marker is just able to play with such confidence in close proximity to the blue line, that's a place where some players get nervous, kind of unsure of what could happen going back the other way. But he's able to thread that line, get it to Bedard there. Shots blocked off of Schnapp and then dished out of play. Nonetheless, though, Thunder offensive zone draw.
Here is Schnapp. He works it forward, right wing side, Tommy Cardinal. Schnapp's going to crash the net. Cardinal gets it to Schnapp, but Harney made a phenomenal save with the stick. Met at the same time as Schnapp. This one gets by Powell. Marker's going to chase after the puck. Paulin comes out and plays it. He plays it hard off the glass. Lucchese tried to close the legs to keep it in, but it's Declan Conway out. Declan Conway fakes a shot. Wild with good stick position. Now it's a giveaway, but Powell finds it on his stick. Oh, it looked like Delaware was going to be out 2-on-1. Cardinal picks it up at the half wall. plays it behind the net. Declan Conway looking for space. Conway on his backhand, got Cardinal all alone in front, fired. It was blocked by Lucchese before it could get to Harney. 5-4 in period number 2. I know the coaches didn't want to see this, and after a 2-1 first, it's surprising all of us. Conway out to the point, Powell. Powell through traffic, tip save Harney.
Great patience by Powell there.
Butita picks it up, goes to Powell. He lost it. Marker all over him. Marker forced the turnover. Marker springs Lucchese, but it rolled under his stick. Conway right wing side. Declan Conway to the attack. Sticked aside by Greg Harney. Ooh, spinning down hard. I believe that was Charlie Bedard. Now it's Marker to the attack. He gains entry. Working on Grebenikov. Tries a shot. No problem at all for Victor Grebenikov to get a stick on. Brandon Lucchese picks it up, tie up, ends up on the stick of Butita with 43 seconds to the period.
Back and forth action here. Nothing too dangerous either way since that big Harney save. Crushing hit right in front of us. That was Lucchese and McLean.
Conway to the attack off the glove of Harney. Lucchese spills out into the net, knocked it off his moorings with 32 seconds to go. Delaware will not be able to change.
That was some intense action there. Like I said, nothing too dangerous going each way. Marker able to get some stuff going in the offensive direction for the Thunder, as we've come to know here. As we round out the final 30, we'll see if those are as intense as the last 30 here. No team looking to make a mistake in the dying seconds of a period. That could always serve as a momentum killer. Same as a goal in the first minute here. Like you said, Delaware not changing personnel here.
Faceoff's going to be to the right of Harney. Comes out to Pastuka at the point. Yuri Pastuka works it down low. Baker, oh wow, he was looking backdoor Gus Ford. He had his stick tied up by Tristan McKay. This one's chipped back out to center. Stevens ties up with Gus Ford. Ford's bucket nearly popped free. It remains on, which can remain with Gus Ford on the ice. Chipped forward by Delaware. Pastuka and Cangelosi in a foot race. Pastuka had a few steps and wins it. That one hit the linesman, comes back out to center. 7 seconds left in the period. Baker works in with Dabari. Baker tried to go backdoor Dabari. Gus Ford's going to hold off firing a shot as the buzzer and period 2 expires. We'll take a break. When we return, we'll talk period 2 on the Delaware Thunder YouTube. Welcome into the broadcast booth. Mike Basile, Jake Basile in the booth. After 2 periods of play, it's a 5-4 Delaware Thunder lead. And Jake, that period was surprising to all of us.
Well, it was furious back and forth action, filled with penalties, filled with hits, filled with everything. Tons of yelling back and forth, and most importantly, tons of goals. The last 5 goals have gone back and forth. Delaware, Carolina, Delaware, Carolina. Delaware maintained that 2-goal lead for a little bit. Now we sit at 5-4. Delaware did have 3 straight goals. What I've liked out of them is each time Carolina has stepped back, they've stepped forward a little bit, which has been great for them. They've managed to hang on to the lead in this game, and it's something they haven't done in this series so far, and they're going to need to do it for another 20.
The most impressive thing to me was the 5-on-4 for 5 minutes. Dan Cangelosi scores a shorthanded goal.
I mean, the best way to kill a penalty is to score one of your own. We talked about it last night when Carolina had the 2 shorthanded goals. Now Delaware returning the favor tonight. Dan Cangelosi with a beautiful snipe there. And that's a huge momentum boost because not only are you killing a 5-minute major, a non-releasing 5-minute major. So all of that is wiped away, and you pad your lead to finish it off. Carolina did come back after that to score a goal to make it 5-4, but nonetheless, a really successful penalty kill, and one that's a big morale booster in a tight game.
1-goal game going into period 3. How did the Thunder hold on?
Well, it's going to rest on the shoulders of Greg Harney. He's played great so far, and I think we'd be fooling ourselves if we don't think we're going to see Gus Ford and John Butina a lot this period in the offensive zone, crashing down on Greg Harney, putting as much pressure on him as possible. He's going to have to stay strong, and we're going to have to see the Delaware Thunder make something out of nothing with their defense that has been shaved down more and more this game. Alex Basie will be back for the 3rd period, which is good for the Thunder, and we're going to have to see more out of Noah Wild, the forward, in a not always comfortable position, but has been sensational tonight.
He has. Stick with us. It's a 1-goal game headed to period 3. We appreciate you tuning in. Don't leave just yet. Back here on the Delaware Thunder YouTube channel, DelawareThunder.com. If you've been here all night with us, you know you've seen a very good contest. If you're just joining us, it's a 5-4 Thunder lead as we go into period number 3. Surprisingly, we're playing 5-on-5 as we start period 3, Jake.
Well, it's one of the rare moments we've gotten at as that second period was filled with infractions, including a 5-minute major that sent Alex Susi out of the game and sent the Carolina Thunderbirds to a 5-minute man advantage that the Thunder killed off, all the while tallying a shorthanded goal courtesy of Dan Cangelosi. We'll see if this third period is more disciplined as teams try to iron this one out. Carolina looking for the comeback. They're down 1. Delaware looking to close it out with one of the few leads they've held this weekend. They've had one pretty much since the second period today, and we'll see if they can hold it out.
Andrusenko and Ford as we get started for period number 3, 5-4. Harney to my right, Paulin to my left. What do we got going on here now?
We'll see the hold up here. Basie's still in the box. We'll see if that has anything to do with it with the door open here.
Not sure what's going on here. As the door for Basie is still open. And I don't see Peter Banasek, the other official, yet either. Wonder if he's over talking to the table, see when Basie's out of the box.
Looks like that to me, Mike.
Here we go, we're getting back underway here.
You saw Basie try to sneak out earlier. Now we see him start this period in the box. 5-on-5, we knew that.
Did Morrissey just go into the box?
Morrissey is in the box.
Why is Morrissey in the box is the question.
Well, remember, we saw Morrissey out of the game earlier. Perhaps he was serving an elongated penalty and is now set to return for the third as well?
I suppose so. I'm going back and double checking on that as Kyle Stevens starts out for the Thunder. And Morrissey was serving an unsportsmanlike, yes.
That's what it was.
Yep. With all the other unsportsmanlike, that one went out.
Slipped under our noses, huh?
Yes. That's why we mentioned Morrissey wasn't on the bench. Ford, great move to get by Bedard, and he works in, and Harney has an incredible answer with the blocker, and Bedard's going to go for a trip.
That's the right call. Gus Ford working one-on-one with a rookie there. Exploited that, tried to go inside out. We've seen his hands activated all weekend long. So silky, so soft. Tries to make the inside move on Charlie Bedard as that penalty box is getting a little bit cramped. 3 Delaware Thunder players in there. That'll be Basie, Morrissey now joined by Bedard. It'll be another power play here as so much for that talk of 5-on-5 play. We're not 30 seconds in, and it's a Carolina man advantage.
Watching that replay, Gus Ford, how did he even get the shot off? And the other question is, how did Harney make that save? Incredible.
And Gus Ford managed to stay on his feet for all of it, so strong on his edges.
Cangelosi dumps it in deep. We're only 40 seconds into the third.
What's
we already
going
have
on?
A penalty and an A1 save. This one's kicked back into Carolina ice. The power play for Carolina hasn't been great today. Yes, I know Tommy Cardinal did score a power play goal, but that 5-minute power play and a Cangelosi goal shorthanded. Paulin was run into by Lucchese. The crowd was looking for a penalty. Ford shot. Blockered away by Harney. Over to Grebenikov. Grebenikov walks the blue line. He looks for space. Grebenikov out to the point. Conway one-touch pass to Baker. Baker back to Conway. Conway, Baker one-timer. Saved by Harney as he read it like a R.L. Stein novel.
You got a favorite one?
R.L. Stein novel? Any of the Goosebumps one were pretty good.
Haunted
I will
Mask.
probably say Haunted Mask.
There we go.
How about Stay Out of the Basement?
Ooh, I don't want to talk about that one.
That one was a little scary. Stay Out of the Basement. Oh, man, what a great read. And I always liked watching the shorts after.
Stay out of the basement, and the word is stay out of the box for the Delaware Thunder as they're killing off the final minute of this power play.
And when you're just a young kid, yes, that the Goosebumps did get you as Ford looking to get the Thunder back here. Conway nearly had a toe drag out in the front. Noah Wild doing a great impression there on defense to make the play.
Wild and Harney, the two most notable penalty killers for me today for the Thunder.
Right wing side up is Gus Ford, and Noah Wild joked with me as Conway tries to tie the game, but Harney says no, right at the top of his crease. And as we were saying, Noah Wild joking around saying, yeah, I'm trying to play like Adam Pellick.
Well, he knows he's a Long Island guy, so he knows Adam Pellick very well. Good shutdown defenseman Noah Wild trying to emulate him tonight. Has done a great job. And on that play there, it's the attraction to Gus Ford. All the Thunders got their eyes on him because of what he does. Opened up Declan Conway right in the slot there. Luckily, Harney had the answer.
Morrissey and Basie both out of the box. Huge for this Delaware Thunder team. Down low they go. Tommy Cardinal already has a power play goal today. He works out of the corner. Campaign up high. Whoopsies. That's a pitching wedge, and it goes over the net. McLean out to the point. Meyer, Campaign this time keeps it low, and the tip from Cardinal nearly went. And Pastuca sitting in front of the net as well. That's surprising, the defenseman, but with his size, it's not very surprising at all. Here's Chris Paulin. Works it over to Campaign. 7 seconds left of the power play. Jarrett Meyer slows things down as he knows this power play is going to expire.
Look at Morrissey just run into a brick wall. Jared Meyer ran out of real estate, but it was no problem for him. Sat down. Shane Morrissey.
Meyer broke the ankles of Brulette. McLean's shot never got through. Kyle Stevens skates into this puck, and it's 3-on-2 out for Delaware. Shane Morrissey tried to work it through. It rolled on him. Pass leaving the zone, hit the linesman. Kazaroyd and Brulette tie up. Lucchese and Stevens are to the attack. Stevens in on his backhand, tries to jam it home, up and out of play.
Great work by Brulette on the back check to turn that one right around, putting tons of pressure on in the neutral zone, turning around, and there we saw a rush there for Delaware. Ended up out of play. But those are the kind of plays that they're going to need to do. Like I said, 5-man effort shutting down these Thunderbirds.
Faceoff's going to be to the right of Paulin. We appreciate you tuning in. If you tuned in all weekend, we really appreciate that. If you're here for the Sunday matinee, we appreciate the support of Federal Prospects Hockey League. Whether you enjoy watching the Thunderbirds or the Thunder, you were in for a treat all weekend. Kyle Kazaroyd forces a turnover. He puts a shot on, blocked by guess who? Number 28, Noah Wild, who's been doing it all night.
Unreal job by him. His willingness to get down low, take up so much space. He's a big guy, doesn't always look it, but he is strong and solid out there, showing it there.
Lucchese on a delayed offside just dumped it in on Paulin. That would have went in. It wouldn't have counted anyway. 16:30 to go in the third period, and Jake, we've come a long way from that first goal that was scored by Schnapp.
And the Thunder certainly feel it too. They ended up scoring 3 straight to take a 3-1 lead, have had 3 different 2-goal leads in this game. 3-1, 4-2, 5-3, and now we sit 5-4. So, yes, absolutely a very long way.
Not sure how that puck ended up out of play, but it did as it hit the stanchion and bounced into the protective netting.
Lots of whistles here in the first 3 minutes and 50 seconds of this period. And I think the Thunder would like the choppiness, prevents the Carolina Thunderbirds from getting into a rhythm here. When they do that, when they get into their pace, especially with this top line that we're seeing right now, that's where they get most dangerous. I don't think the Thunder are going to be complaining about all these whistles, especially when they result in an offensive zone draw that they can put their top line out for.
Well, that offensive zone draw went to none as it's won to Yuri Pastuca and cleared back to center. But Delaware's going to go right back to the attack. Ryan Marker lets it play through to Morrissey, who tried to work it out front. Butita finds the puck. He lost it to Andrusenko, and he creates some space. Tried to chip it back in. Instead, Morrissey and Conway tie up, and this puck ends up on the skates and stick of Yuri Pastuca. Uh-oh, a lot of room for Pastuca left wing side. Yuri Pastuca to the attack. Good move to work by Bedard. Pastuca back out in front, nearly jammed to the front by John Butita, but Nikita Andrusenko said no. Ryan Marker works it up to Alex Basie. Basie played it into space. Marker skates into this puck, fires a slap shot off the pads of Paulin. Out the other way, this is just a quick rush by Conway as Conway tried to feather it in. The rest of his team is in a change as Campaign jumps on the ice. Plenty of time for Conway as he fires it off the blocker of Greg Harney. That's way too much time and space. Now it's Cardinal right into the glove. No problems for Harney.
Sees kind of parted there for Declan Conway as he found himself in the high slot. Little mismanagement of coverage there. Tristan McKay backed off thinking he was better suited to cover the front of the net. None of the wingers or center picked up Declan Conway. But I saw a fantastic back check by Nikita Andrusenko on John Butita at the Carolina blue line. And those are the kind of plays that they're going to need to do. It's interesting to see first line versus first line here, as we just saw for the two teams. Most teams like to go checking line versus first line, but we've seen that matchup quite a few times today.
Campaign has it poked away by Devaney. That looked like Devaney had his stick held by Campaign. They say play on. And our next whistle is going to be our media timeout as Dawson Baker spins back into his own zone with it. Baker's been dangerous, has a goal tonight, as here's Chase Dabari. Dabari, left wing side, works by Devaney, looking for space in front of the net. McKay puts the stick down to not let anything happen, and Brulette takes the puck away. Laporte finds it, tries to come up the near side. Campaign finds the puck and gets it to Dabari. Dabari fires a shot right into the glove of Harney, and we'll take a media timeout. Delaware Thunder Pro Hockey on the Delaware Thunder YouTube channel. Back here on the Delaware Thunder YouTube channel. Shout out to Sue Lamb, who does an incredible job on the camera here for the Delaware Thunder. Daniel Martin skates into the face-off circle.
I think she picked up a little bit of my face on the camera before. Did an excellent job. I'm sure everybody was happy to see that.
Everyone shut their computers for just a second there as this one's won back to Campaign, but he has it poked away. And Lucchese, look at this hassle. Forces a turnover. Stevens picks up the puck over to Alekin, but it's tipped away at the last second. Noah Wild with a good keep at the blue line. Right to Alekin, works it down low. Powell finds it. They try to free up Schnapp. Let's see if he can skate into this one. Wild in a foot race with Schnapp, and Schnapp threw it off the shoulder of Harney, who was square to the shot. Martin out in front looking for Schnapp. Basie knocked it down, and Harney covers for a whistle.
Love the way Harney has played this game
Schnapp
so
and
far.
Wild. Oh my, it looked like they were going to go.
Have
now
to
Alekin
think
comes over.
the tempers are a little high for Schnapp.
Schnapp getting into it with the Thunder here, not turning away from anybody. Stevens holds a handful of Martin there, back of his jersey. Now they tap each other and go their separate ways. Coach Ben's not happy about something. Maybe asking why is the faceoff not coming out of the zone.
Well, there was a cover by Harney that initiated the whistle.
I think he was saying we're the defensemen down below the line. Face off, one all the way around. Kyle Stevens picks it up. Steven works it out the near side. Pastuca knocks it down in the neutral zone. Delaware does gain entry just for a second. The ever-dangerous Gus Ford is to the attack. Gus Ford tried to change the angle, but Justin Laporte said no. Delaware buying into the system here of just blocking shots, getting in the way of shooting lanes.
Especially when it comes to that guy like Gus Ford. He can shoot from anywhere.
Pastuca, dangerous area, blocked on the way through by Lucchese. 2-on-1 out the other way. Lucchese got Alekin with him. Lucchese on the backhand. Oh, what a change of pace. And then Poland made the save with the blocker. Back out in front, it's banked home. Lucchese scores.
Lucchese with the block at one end, the rush at the other, breaking the ankles of Yuri Pastuca on the cutback. He knew that block shot stunned him. He knew he didn't have the speed to turn it into a 2-on-1, so he stops on a dime, rips it blocker side. The initial shot is stopped by Paulin, but the second effort looking for Alekin or any friendly stick backdoor finds a Carolina Thunderbird, caroms in, and we sit at 6-4 with 13:22 to go. Another 2-goal lead for the Thunder. What an electric bench and celebration there.
Oh, the Thunder are fired up as it's now a 6-4 game. Trying to get that changed on our scoreboard here as Conway comes right back and scores through traffic.
Right back at it. It's a 1-goal lead now for the Thunder. Conway ripped that one. Not sure it was tipped. No way Harney saw that. When we see a broken stick there, looks like it's Andrusenko's. That might have gone off of his stick and deflected Harney. I heard something there, and I believe by the expression and the broken stick for Nikita Andrusenko, that's what did it. 6-5 hockey, 13-12 to go.
It's a 6-5 hockey game just like that, as Declan Conway answers right back with a screenshot over the glove of Greg Harney. And now we get a whistle for an icing with 13:04 to go. We didn't even blink.
Within seconds there, and that's what Carolina does, and that's what they've done a few times this weekend. They're able to strike right back, and it's a bit of talking point for us. Delaware needs to stay on them. We can't score, take a step back, score, take a step back. They've managed to regain 2-goal leads now 4 times this game. And we'll see if they're definitely going to try to do it again. But Carolina knocking on the door, and here we see the dynamic duo, Ford and Butita, back at it.
Face off, one back to Powell. Powell spins it off to Gus Ford. Ford in the slot to Baker. Shot was blocked by Bedard. Delaware could break out 2-on-1 here. Cangelosi with Morrissey. Danny Cangelosi left wing side. Waits, space, fires. Poland makes the save. Oh, Cangelosi's finished, and Morrissey jams it home. It's 7-5. Back and forth we go.
Cangelosi down here. He took a hard hit, was absolutely sandwiched. Marvin Powell, no intent there. Crashed into him. But it is a 7-5 lead for the Thunder. And now the concern is for the health of Dan Cangelosi.
The Thunder bench is up in arms. Cangelosi looks like he's making ways to get up, which is good to see. But he was in a ton of discomfort. And like you said, Jake, he got sandwiched in between 2 players, so his back kind of just got pinned between the 2 guys, and he fell down awkwardly, but skating off under his own power is always good to see as Dan Cangelosi's keeled over here.
That was a high-speed collision, and you saw Cangelosi's neck kind of hit back, and that's something you never want to see. But it was his high-effort play, another stop on a dime that led to the goal, thankfully, that the Thunder scored. I'm sure Cangelosi winds up okay. He'll be happy sacrificing the body for a Thunder goal.
Yeah, it's Cangelosi who started the play, and he did exactly what Lucchese did, and oh my, he was just crunched in between 2 players. I believe it was Martin and Powell.
Yeah, and you see by the initial reaction from Marvin Powell, no intent there. Didn't even care that he was scored on. Just knelt down beside Dan Cangelosi. A good sportsmanlike play by Marvin Powell to make sure he was okay there. And, you know, for that matter, nobody on the Thunder was celebrating either.
No, everyone was more concerned about the health of Dan Cangelosi, which it was good to see him skate off under his own power. He's with the grade A medical staff here, led by Dr. Kirill Alexiev right now. Left wing side, Declan Conway to the attack. Conway fires. This time Harney's got it on the shot from number 4. Basie gave a bump to Cardinal as he was driving by, as this thing is going to get chippy for sure.
Well, nothing like back and forth hockey to get teams emotionally invested, and that's been for sure. We've seen Basie spend a good chunk of this game in the penalty box. He's eager to get back out there and make his presence known, always willing to mix it up and lend a physical hand when he can.
Face-offs to the right of Harney. It's one to Basie, and Basie's got Laporte going forward. Tried to find Andrusenko. That pass missed him, and Martin works it forward to Cardinal. Morrissey cuts off that passing lane, then he gets stripped by Tommy Cardinal. Jamming away are Martin and Andrusenko, and that one pops free to Laporte.
It's a great 2-on-2 battle between Martin, Cardinal, Morrissey, and Andrusenko that the Thunder won, buying in like you said before.
Meyer works it forward. Delaware looking to take a Sunday afternoon game here at the Thunderdome. Conway back into his own zone as 8 minutes have come and gone of period number 3. It's been a crazy contest, to say the least. 12 goals, a ton of penalties. I wouldn't call any of these fights, but a lot of after the whistle.
We've come awfully close.
Arguments, yeah.
Brendan O'Reilly, the only one to drop his gloves, and he was the only one.
Yes, and that sat him for a couple minutes. Here's Grebenikov up to Torrey McLean. McLean goes across, Jacob Schnapp. Schnapp left wing side to the attack, fires it right into the glove of Greg Harney.
And Schnapp thinking Might as well test him where I tested him before. That's what he did early. The very first goal of the game. It feels like ages ago. Feels like a different game ago. But we do remember that Schnapp scored the initial goal. It was a weird fluttering shot that got past Greg Hardy, who has been exceptionally sharp since.
Here comes Dan Cangelosi out of the Thunder locker room. That's great news for the Thunder team. And Grebennikov has to retreat to find this puck, and now it comes back into Thunder ice. Kazaroid goes right back in, and Lucchese absolutely finishes Kazaroid into the Thunder bench. Andrusenko might have got a stick up high on the bench. He's okay. But he was checking his water bottle to make sure he didn't pop the cap.
Love the way the Thunder are defending the blue line. Look at Brandon Lucchese stepping up with that hit right there. Marc-Antoine Brulette playing awfully conservative right now.
Lucchese spins it around to Basie. Basie trying to corral a bouncing puck here. Works it forward to Brulette. Now it's Lucchese. Lucchese says onwards. Wops it off to Devaney. Devaney tried to feather a pass through, and here's John Butita. Haven't said his name much in period number 3. Butita works it free. Butita works it to the front of the net. Nothing doing. Joe Devaney now right wing side. Tried to play it forward. Conway intercepts. Conway holds. Has it taken away by Lucchese. And Devaney works it forward. Joe Devaney tie up at the blue line. And he just dumps it behind Paulin.
Smart play there. Saw his fellow line mates were tired there. Good keep by Andrusenko.
Nikita Andrusenko got it going towards the net, but Yuri Pastuka was having none of it. Sent right back in behind John Butita, where he spins it out to Tommy Cardinal. 10:05 to go, period number 3. Delaware holding on to a 2-goal lead as Tristan McKay gives it away to Declan Conway. Oh boy, that's a lot of ways.
How'd you do that?
I don't know. Conway on the backhand, patted away by Harney. Conway tried to spin it back towards the front of the net. Basie ties him up, crunches him against the boards. This one goes by Meyer. Will it have the legs for an icing as it's on edge? Yes, it does. 9:45 to go, and a media. Face-off's going to be deep in Thunder Ice, 7-5 hockey game. As we go onwards in this one, and it's been fun. Face-off taken away by Alex Basie. Basie slows it down in the corner, spins it off to Tristan McKay. McKay has it roll on him, takes it right back from Ryan Marker. Gus Ford out in front, and tying up the stick from behind was Nikita Andrusenko, or Dabari would have a tap in. Dabari kept it at the blue line for a second, then lost it. Nikita Andrusenko looking for number 3. Instead, he spins to Morrissey, and Paulin makes an incredible save, sprawling at the puck to keep it a 2-goal game.
My goodness, what a save by Chris Paulin. Absolutely lunging across that net. Highway robbery. Morrissey saw the top of the net. He put it in the perfect spot, but Paulin was the one who couldn't have been more perfect, sliding across. And how about the work of Nikita Andrusenko in the D zone to fight away with that puck, get that pass there, threaded a needle. Incredible work by him all game long.
Bedard put it towards the net. It was blocked on the way through. Look out, here's Gus Ford. Gus Ford, the drop pass, got it to Baker. Baker spins to the top of the circle. Baker's got some room. Baker's got too much room, but Bedard knocks the shot down and puts it into the corner. Bedard works it up the near side. Baker knocks it down. Baker over to Gus Ford in the slot. Good move to get by Wild on the backhand, but Wild gets back to make the play. My apologies, that's Charlie Bedard. Oh my. Alekin didn't have the red line as he dumps it in, and we'll get an icing.
What a block there. Charlie Bedard saving the day for the Thunder. And what you'll notice here is Gus Ford just took a shift. What I believe that was Dabari and Baker. They're separating Ford and Butita, not necessarily as line mates, but trying to spread them out. And now we see John Butita taking a shift with Schnapp and Cardinal as these guys try to press in the final 8:48 of the game for 2 goals. They're just going to put those top 2 guys on any line.
Pastuka and Alekin pries into the system and blocks the shot. One-timer, and that one just goes wide of Harney. Oh, here comes the Thunderbirds. They're going to push. Butita spins it through, got it to Jacob Schnapp. Schnapp lost it at the blue line. Bedard plays it forward.
Nice for the Thunder to have Basie back as he shut down that entry there.
The Thunderbirds bench were saying Delaware had 6 players on the ice. They might have, as this one goes all the way through Jacob Schnapp. Butita forces the turnover. Cardinal out to the front of the net. He's just chipped it wide. Butita looking for space. The last thing Delaware wants to do is give it away here. Pastuka spin down. Lucchese all over him. Lucchese gives him a couple cross checks in the back, and then a good finishing check. Campaign through traffic, didn't get there. Pastuka going to the bench as they make a change. Schnapp through traffic, blocked by Brulette. Oh, Delaware looking great in the D zone. And Joe Devaney does a job and chips it in deep.
How many blocks on these last few shifts for the Delaware Thunder, willing to sacrifice it all for a win right now.
Big hit, Basie and Meyer. Marvin Powell finds it. He lost it to Marker, but McLean chips it. I don't know how that didn't hit any of the lights, and Daniel Martin's going to move forward with it. Martin just stayed on side, at least it looked like he did, and now they're going to say he's well off.
Andrusenko all over Martin there, slowing him down, forcing him to cut back. Declan Conway resultantly just a step offside. Nikita Andrusenko, you talked about him yesterday as a great find for this Delaware Thunder team, paying off in dividends today, as the game might not be over, but he's my MVP so far.
Face off one forward by the Thunderbirds. It's in the skates of Andrusenko. And now it's Meyer, the big fella, to the attack. Meyer, and that's a hard shot. Really not putting much into it. Right in the breadbasket of Harney.
Well, we saw him tag Trevor Babin yesterday with a shot right off the mast. And he didn't step into it. He was stationary, just a wrist shot from the circle, similar to that, except a little bit farther out, and he gets so much heat without any buildup, without needing too much space, and that's what makes him so dangerous, and that's why Tommy Cardinal scored that goal before. It was a shot by Jarrett Meyer, no buildup, no stepping into it, just hard and bouncing.
McLean shot. Wild got a piece, Harney got the rest. Conway, giveaway. McLean poked it right back to Conway, though. Conway walks in and he scores. Right through traffic again. Just blocker side this time, and it's 7-6.
That'll be Conway's second of the game. I believe his 12th of the season, as he has been on fire. We've seen him spend most of this game with Butita and Ford. Not that shift with McLean and Martin. But nonetheless, he was able to drive into the slot there, give himself a little time and space. He used his body, used his strength to get there, ripped it short side under the blocker of Harney, and we're back to a 1-goal game.
Right back to center we go, and this game's been back and forth all night long, and you see from the reaction of Harney that he just didn't pick up the shot. Gus Ford moving forward. Looked like he was offside there. They say play on. Artem Alekin plays it to Stevens. Kyle Stevens impeded with by George Holt. He's bumped down. Artem Alekin ties up with McLean. Grebenikov finds it. Puck goes behind the net. 7-6 hockey game. Cangelosi in the near corner plays it behind the net. Seen a lot of moving pieces on this Thunder team as Cangelosi tries to jam it home. Instead, he just jams the net off its moorings, and we get a whistle.
Look at Cangelosi getting right back to the greasy areas on the ground, face right next to the metal post. Perfectly comfortable being uncomfortable. You'll love to see him back on the ice in his office, being aggressive there.
It's been a great game as Alekin is keeled over, and Coach Lou's not happy about something. Coach Santini up in arms on the bench, and gotta love Coach Lou.
Like we talked about, Alekin getting a lot of ice time in this third period. We talked that he would be a guy that they need to rely on, and here we see him spending a good amount of time in this third period.
Face-off's going to be to the right of Paulin. We know we've had a lot of Thunderbird fans tuning in here, as that 6.5-hour drive is not an easy one to make, especially when you're coming up north and it's colder. So we appreciate you tuning in and staying with us here all weekend long, as I know they're happy with the first two outcomes, and they'll be looking for another goal here. Thunder fans are looking to shut this thing down, as Harney shut that shot down from Gus Ford, and we get a whistle.
I don't know if it's if there was any too bad storms in North Carolina, but I can tell you the weather was probably warmer there than here yesterday. Well, the Thunderbirds were very hot on the ice yesterday, so I'm sure they didn't mind the colder conditions, like you said, winning games. But they're looking to go home happy today, because we know that bus ride won't be too pleasant with a loss today, and we'll see how this one rounds out.
Face-off was to the left of Greg Harney. Laporte moves it forward to Lucchese. Lucchese stops on a dime. Lucchese plays it up the near wall. Marc-Antoine Brulette. Brulette gives it away. Baker pushes it forward. Gus Ford working on Laporte. 10 on 10. Good defensive play by Laporte. Force him to the outside. Cross-ice pass off the stick of Charlie Bedard. Tommy Cardinal plays it behind the net. All the way around it comes. Marvin Powell through traffic. Had that one blocked. Cardinal picks up the puck. Ties up with Lucchese. And Brulette finds the loose puck at his feet. 5:30 to go. Period number 3. It's a 7-6 hockey game.
Laporte, yet another forward, forced to play defense, and he looked really comfortable there defending against the other 10 on the ice, Gus Ford. Not an easy thing to do for anybody except the forward thrust into that position.
Conway to the attack. Conway works to the front of the net, tries to jam it home. Out to Powell. He shoots. Glove save. Harney. That's a big one.
It was Declan Conway driving around a tired forward in Justin Laporte. He just expended a lot of energy trying to shut down Gus Ford, which he did successfully. Didn't have as much success against Declan Conway. He drove that one to the middle, lost control at the last second, and Marvin Powell had an open lane to Greg Harney, and Greg Harney, denial of entry there.
Delaware looking to send the families home happy here on Family Day. It's a 7-6 hockey game. They have the lead late in the third. 5 minutes to go. Grebennikov works one over to Pastuca. Sticked away by Harney, and now Morrissey skates out the center with it. Shane Morrissey throws it far side of the ice. Yuri Pastuca's going to pick it up in the corner. Pastuca got it to Butita, and here he comes. Butita over to Bari. Chase to Bari. Toe drag. Creates some space for himself. Back out to the front. It came to Conway. Had it roll off his stick. Conway nearly had a natural hat trick.
Way
Butita
too much space there for Conway.
Picks it up at the half wall. Works out to the high slot. Butita goes down low. They try to jam it home. They do. Declan Conway, 3 in a row, and it's 7-7.
Just as I say, too much space for Declan Conway. Butita sets him up there. Just threw the puck in front. Conway hanging around in front. No defender near him. And he exposes that there. Tucks it in front. Declan Conway, 13th of the season, 3rd of this game. And he has been an excellent piece to play with Ford and Butita.
Back to center ice we go. Cangelosi wins it back to Bedard. Bedard spins it up the near wall. Gus Ford finds the puck. Gus Ford right to the slot, saved by Harney. Here's Schnapp. Out to the point. It's blocked on the way through. Meyer picks it up. Tried to go back to Schnapp. Cangelosi showing a little bit of aggression there. He bumps Meyer. Back out to the front it comes. McKay picks it up. Clears it only as far as Campaign. Knocked through Kyle Stevens. Stevens banks it up to Cangelosi. Cangelosi left wing side. Looking for some help. Cangelosi fires it just wide. Stevens picks it up. He lost it. And here comes Campaign. Campaign shot, sticked away by Harney, comes to the corner, dumped back behind the Thunder net. Nikita Andrusenko up to Ryan Marker. Marker over to Alex Basie. This one slides through his skates, and Basie goes all the way deep.
Thunder having a tough time establishing any sustained possession of the puck here. This has been all Thunderbirds since about the 10-minute mark of this period.
Powell stops on a dime behind the net. Marker knocked the pass away. Marker's got it in his skates. He's got Morrissey going to the net. Andrusenko backdoor. Morrissey, it bounced on him. Good defensive play by Powell. Morrissey trying to find it in his skates. He does. Out to the point, Justin Laporte. Laporte behind the net. He goes with it. Delaware's best rush in quite some time. Conway's moving forward with this puck. Declan Conway looking for 4 in the period. He gave it away, though, to Nikita Andrusenko, and Laporte finds Shane Morrissey breaking out right wing side. Shane Morrissey to the attack. He spins off a man. Morrissey looks for space, goes all the way across. Marker's got it. Marker, bottom of the circle, goes behind the net. Andrusenko picks up the puck, waits, goes cross ice, was looking for Marker. It bounced off the stick of Declan Conway. Laporte out to the point. Net comes off, and we'll get our final media time out of this contest. Back here on the Delaware Thunder YouTube channel, DelawareThunder.com, YouTube.com. We're having a laugh. I was talking to myself as we switch back here. 2:30 to go. It's a 7-7 hockey game. And Declan Conway's out on the right side. He's got the hot stick for the Carolina Thunderbirds. He works it down low. Noah Wild finishes him. Grabenikov's shot through traffic. Harney gave us a scare as it didn't look like he saw it, but he flashes out that right pad. Meyer plays it up to Butita. Butita works forward with it. Butita plays it behind the net. Conway all the way out to the point. There's Butita. Jarrett Meyer finds it through traffic. It's stopped by Harney. And the linesman's having some trouble with that spot as he went down in the neutral zone, same area.
Such good work by Carolina. The way John Butita protected that puck along the near wall from Noah Wild, able to get that one deep. They were able to set up, generate some offense. We said that shot from the point scared us there. I was expecting it to be blocked at some point, but that one just floated on through, and Harney's done such a great job kicking those distant shots into the corners today. He did it again there, averting any danger.
That's exactly what he did. Is we'll get you updated on the shots on goal total. Both teams, I'm sure, have given up more than they like. Carolina has 52 shots. Delaware has 41.
Wow. We could crack 100.
We could crack 100, especially if this game hits overtime, but Cangelosi was thinking otherwise. Campaign said, no, we'll wait a little bit longer. Laporte behind his own net, 1:45 to go. It's been a fun game for the fans here on Family Night. Couldn't ask for a better contest. Joe Devaney working on Powell. Oh, one too many moves. It looked like he had him on the first one. Now Charlie Bedard played it back. Laporte's going to have to backtrack to this puck. He just chips it forward. Meyer was back in his own zone waiting for it. Gus Ford, 3-on-2. Marker back on D here. Ford, fire save, Harney.
That's a good job by the Delaware Thunder, taking away the other options. I'm sure that's not the shot that Ford would optimally choose. Floats that one in, and Chase DeBari there getting into it with Alex Basty. We've seen that matchup all game long. But Ryan Marker was the one who got back, took away the potential odd man rush and the potential extra option for Gus Ford, so he floats that one to Harney. It'll be a D-zone draw for the Thunder, but nothing too dangerous in the shot column.
Face off to the right of Harney. Comes all the way behind the net. McKay picks it up, goes up to Morrissey. Morrissey works it across off the stick of Conway, right back to Andrusenko. Marker calling for it. Andrusenko couldn't get it there. Delaware's got a back check here. Conway up to Butita. Butita left wing side. Wait. Meyer walks in. Save. Rebound. Oh, Harney kicked it out with the right pad. Always keeping this game alive. Conway. Oh, great play by McKay. Meyer, and it's blocked by Marker and out of play.
Scrambled eggs out there for the Thunder, jumping in front of everything. We got 50 seconds left. It's going to feel like an eternity for the Thunder if that keeps up right there. Several blocks. Harney sprawled out. McKay sprawled out. Marker getting a stick on that one, deflecting it up high. Everybody, like you said, bought in, but they can't seem to stop those entries for Carolina.
An important face-off win by Dan Cangelosi. Devaney has it go through his skates, but that's fine as Grabenikov's going to have to backtrack to this puck. Devaney finds it. Joe Devaney chips it forward. Just stays under the lights here at the Thunderdome. 35 seconds to go. Devaney ties up with his man. Ford works it out behind the net. These guys have been on for quite some time. This one's pushed forward. Butita just stayed onside. Stevens takes down, I believe that's Grebenikov, and Delaware will be short for the final 25 seconds, and Delaware's hoping for overtime.
Wow, that is a tough break for the Thunder. I think Thunder, yeah, Coach Charlie Penz is saying that one was offside. Believe John Butita was offside at center point, falling on deaf ears, and whether it was or wasn't, that won't change anything. Kyle Stevens is headed to the box, got his stick under the skate of Grebenikov, who was driving wide. And with 25 seconds left, the Carolina Thunderbirds will have a man advantage. It's Kyle Stevens' third penalty between yesterday and today.
25 seconds to go. We're getting a replay look here. A little tough to tell. Butita did a great job to get back. I don't know if he got back in time, though.
Wow, that is hard to tell.
It's
the
hard
crowd
to tell.
has certainly made up their minds.
It's as close as it gets. It's a great effort by Butita, regardless. It'll be a Thunderbirds power play. Timeout taken, and we'll get a media timeout. Back here on the Delaware Thunder YouTube channel, DelawareThunder.com. Face-off will be to the left of Greg Harney. Harney's been good today. I know it's a 7 spot, but there's been a lot of shots on cage.
Absolutely. We said the total was over 50 last time we checked. Babin faced 49 last night.
Ford through traffic. That's kicked out by Harney. 10 seconds left. Delaware wants to get this to overtime at the very least. Baker fakes a shot. Ford opens up. They go cross ice. Shot was blocked on the way through. Andrusenko pushes it forward, spins it out, and that will do it for regulation. We're headed to overtime.
Can't say I'm surprised. You listen, when you said we still got 60 minutes of hockey to be played at the very beginning of the game, I said, hey, maybe there'll be a few minutes more, and now we get a chance to see that. Here it'll be overtime hockey at the Thunderdome, and the last time these two teams went to overtime, do you remember what happened?
Alex Basie,
who won't be in the box, so he will have a chance to potentially score another overtime winner. He did score that game. Brandon Lucchese scored the game-tying goal. The Thunder had a lead in that game. Carolina came all the way back to take a 5-4 lead before Lucchese tied it, and Basie sealed the deal in overtime. However, this time the Thunder will start the overtime section of the game on the penalty kill. They have 1:36 left to Kyle Stevens minor and tripping on Grebenikov.
Harney skates back into his crease. Paulin skating back into his crease. Overtime hockey, free hockey for the fans at the Thunderdome.
Kids got in free, and now they get a little free hockey, too. It's a good day for them. They get 14 goals. The kids love the goals. We like defense up here every now and again. They don't like that kind of stuff. They like the action.
They are happy to see it here, as this game's been absolutely crazy. I mean, at this year in this league, we have seen some high-scoring games like this, so it's not too crazy to see, but this is a big one.
14 goals, closing in on 100 shots. Tons of penalty minutes, tons of scrums, tons of big saves. That's the kind of action you get here at the Thunderdome, Delaware Thunder hockey.
It's been a great game, as back and forth. We've just seen goal after goal tonight. That's really what it feels like.
It was a back and forth affair. The Thunder had 4 different 2-goal leads. Carolina hadn't scored any goals in succession until the very end of the game. Declan Conway's last two managed to tie this game. So Carolina riding a wave of momentum that the Thunder had enjoyed earlier. And the Thunder did score in that third period. It feels like a long time ago, but they did have a 7-5 lead as we see the skaters for Carolina potentially taking the ice.
Well, none of those guys on the ice would surprise you, so I'm going to assume you're right. It's Ford, Butita, Baker, and Pastuca. Morrissey, Bedard, and Basie.
A defensive trio for sure for the Thunder. It'll be 4-on-3.
That it will be.
Tons of space out there for the Carolina offense. Butita and Ford, Baker and Pastuca going to try to spread the Thunder thin here. Open some space to rip one by Greg Harney.
That's what they'll look to do. At the other end, the Thunder defense and Greg Harney will look to have none of that as Baker spins it back out to the neutral zone. Dawson Baker gains entry to Thunder ice. Drop pass to Butita. Butita out to Gus Ford. And 4-on-3 is just so much space. Butita walks to the circle. Down low he goes. Baker up to Ford. Back to Baker. Wasn't in his sweet spot, so him and Ford play catch. That one rolls on Ford. Doesn't roll out of the zone, unfortunately, for Delaware. Good movement here in the D zone by the Thunder. Down low it comes. Basie cuts off the pass. Shot was blocked. It was never seen by Harney. Great play by Basie to get it over. Rolling in on Paulin. He's forced to make a save. 45 seconds left to the 4-on-3.
By the way, Pastuca buckled there. I think that was him that unintentionally blocked that Ford shot.
Yuri Pastuca, the defenseman, sits at front of the net on this power play just to take away the eyes of Harney, and he did a great job there. Baker over to Butita. Look at Basie, and that's Wild, my apologies, in front. And they squeak it through as he never saw it, right through the legs of Harney. And it's 8-7 the final, as Pastuca in front of the net took away the eyes of Harney.
Dawson Baker does the Ryan Johansson celebration as he runs off the ice straight back to the locker room after a quick celly. And like you said, the big Yuri Pastuca taking away the eyes of Greg Harney there. Charles Pence, Coach Pence, not happy with the call that was not deemed an offside, resulted in that penalty. Still some controversy here despite the game being over.
Yeah, the Thunder are not happy. They're on the ice. Carolina now making their way off the ice. Coach Rutledge has some words too. It's an 8-7 win for the Thunderbirds. And this one's over.
Came back from down 7-5, courtesy of a Declan Conway hat trick. And then score on the power play in overtime.
The Thunder are less than happy. The offside and the Stevens trip is what they're upset about, as the Thunder fall 8-7 in overtime against the Carolina Thunderbirds.
Getting a salute from the Thunder faithful here at the Dome. Tough one to drop for the Delaware Thunder.
All weekend long, thank you for tuning in with us. We appreciate the support. And we talked about it. Pastuca on the doorstep, just too much for the Thunder. And Wild and him were into it, and Harney couldn't pick up the shot. An 8-7 win for the Thunderbirds. Jake, thanks so much for joining me this weekend. It was a ton of fun. Mike Basile, Jake Basile, logging off. Thank you so much for the support all weekend long. We will be back next Sunday for a home game against the Binghamton Black.